Yeah. Let's go, man. It's Wednesday, but
I got some Johnny Walker. It's not our usual Japanese.
I was going to say,
piece
what's
whiskey.
with the Johnny Walker?
The shipment came, but I wasn't able to sign for it because it's whiskey. It's in the mail. You have to have someone over 21 be able to sign for it. And no one's been at the office, so it's at the UPS. So I did what I could. You know, what are you drinking? Straight up what water?
Well, I'm drinking water.
Oh, before you have some.
Daddy stopped drinking at night because you know what happens when he drinks wine.
Daddy has a little bit of tummy. I told you that yesterday at the park.
Got a little tummy. And also my face tends to hold water. I look like a Roswell alien. You know those Roswell aliens? Looking like that.
Or a floating dead body in the river.
Take it easy.
I mean, my face has never been more swollen either. So who am I to say?
The best is I've been getting a lot of DMs about starting my own business, and people have ideas that they want to go into business with me.
Those are always great.
Always good.
From Rick and Morty, want to start an app?
Show Brendan up. This is an idea. And I'm
want to start an app?
Yeah.
Show Brendan up.
I'm like, hey guys, I'm not not competing. I'm not. There's no the point, but thank you.
Show them up, dude. Start leather belt. It's always the worst. Start leather belts. I make them out of my home. Dude, we put cal on the front of these buckles. You're going to sell 1 million of them. My profit's only 60%. I'll share 40 with, that's what I get. I'll share 40 with.
No.
Hey.
No.
Hey.
No. Hey. I had a dream. I started Thin Boy Productions, and for some reason it had to be 5 ends. It was such a weird dream. I was like,
oh, dude, try trademarking something. I've been on the phone with lawyers for the past 3 weeks.
I know. Well, we tried that for a while, remember?
Well, I got it done, but shout out, I own Thick Boy, but and Thick Boy Bike Club, not a big deal. But the thing is it's not the way it looks. Because I'm like, no, mine's different because there's 3 C's there, and the lawyer's going, it's how you can't copyright or trademark thick because that's in the English language. You can't. It has to be unique.
So you have 3 C's.
3 C's, and it has to have a certain logo on it. Like there's all this.
Oh, okay.
And then I was the first one to come to market. I own thickboy.com, so there's a lot of.
But you couldn't have done it otherwise?
No.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Because like, remember when LeBron tried trademarking Taco Tuesday? Nah. And someone said, "What's next? You fuck happy hour." Taco? No, you can't trademark Taco Tuesday.
No, you can't.
You can't trade Thick Boy Bike Club though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like thick is being spelled with 3 C's. That wasn't enough.
No, it's not different enough. It's because it's the way in the English language
but
that it's
thick
said.
Boy is one word, right? Or is it 2 words?
2 words.
Well, maybe it's funny because I just bought Thick Boy, which is 1 word.
What? No,
I hate to get.
No, I have all those. I own all those. Yeah. And then thickboy.com.
Is thick with 2 C's, thick?
Oh, someone's tried doing that. These fucking cuts tried selling merch. Like it doesn't. And people sent it to me like it doesn't matter. It's not if it's not the original thing. It's like buying a knockoff pair of Jordans. Yeah, you can buy it.
Well, that's what I always say.
People's gonna roast you. When
I always say about they say the Chinese copy a lot of American technology and stuff like that. Play catch up. See how it works. It's good. You're stealing a lot of stuff, but
if we start focusing on it, we fucking
You just come up with newer and better ideas.
I mean, you just gotta come up with cool shit, man.
That's why, like yesterday, I ended up writing a shitload because I was so pissed off about the extension, of till August 1st, and I just like is just
how
energy.
Mad were we?
Oh,
how mad were we? When we got to the play area, I was so you and
pissed.
I were fuming.
I was fuming because I don't know how to fight it, and people go along with it, and so I was like, you know what? I have a lot of answers to this. I'm just gonna be creative and be funny about it and figure out ways to.
You don't have any answers. You're gonna shut your fucking mouth, sheep. But
well, I won't.
Where's your mask, sheep? Where's your fucking mask? Dude?
I'm not wearing it.
You heard they work.
Maskless.
But they work. Look up the science. But they work.
Oh yeah, they do. Right. Oh, they don't.
Oh, because Fauci even was like they might make you feel comfortable. They don't.
The idea behind a mask is that you don't give it to someone else.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. The idea is that you don't. You don't give it to someone
But that doesn't work, Chit. But that doesn't work.
It helps.
It doesn't.
Yes,
it
helps.
It doesn't. Because can you breathe through it?
What?
The only way it would work, there's these super high level masks that you can buy that are so expensive. Yeah. But if you can breathe out and breathe in.
The expensive ones are the ones that can actually protect you, like the N95s. That's what they're saying, right? But the regular masks.
No, not even then. Chin, if I walk in with like a bandana.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And I have a mask on.
The underneath part is
well, the bandanas are just stupid. I wear one because it checks the box because they're not doing anything. But the mask, if you can breathe in and out, Chin, the air you're breathing in, the air you're breathing out, it doesn't do anything.
Okay, well, you guys get your sources from, I'm not sure where, but the ones I was looking at are the South Korean doctors that were on the front lines.
That's different.
It's different if
That's an N95 mask.
the N95, like the medical
But they're
ones
saying that
they use.
even you wear it, I wear it, it helps to not spread it. It doesn't make sure it doesn't spread it,
by
but it helps to
2%.
not spread it.
By 2%.
It's doing something though.
Yeah, it's doing something. 2%.
Like I feel good trying to do something.
I just you know you
then do it. I'm not
now when
saying
you
don't
walk
do it.
on
No,
a beach.
if you feel
it's already
good,
past
do it.
that.
When you walk on a
I've
beach,
already-
when you walk on a beach, okay, you have to have a mask on. And
No one's going to do that.
I have a problem with that.
No, well, no one's going to do that.
I'm not doing it.
These cucks are trying to press all these rules. They really don't have that power.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Yeah.
We should start with, we got a guest on today.
We got Dave Rubin on.
We got Dave Rubin, who I love. I've been
Yes.
doing a lot of research, looking up at stuff. Brilliant man.
Yep.
If you're sick of hearing about Corona and politics, bypass on this podcast.
Yeah.
It's not our brand. Listen, I know you guys hate it. I hate it as much as you do. I think we're having them on because you and I have some questions.
We have questions, and also, guys,
And then
like
friend
we always
Brian's
say,
not my
even
choice.
just
Friend Brian's not my
to
choice.
sell this
I
for a
was against
second,
it the whole time.
sell this for a
I was
second.
against it the whole
If
time.
you don't get involved with politics,
Sorry about the ratings.
Listen, if you don't get
Sorry about
involved
the
with
ratings.
politics gets involved with you. So we're gonna ask him basic questions. No big deal. Maybe just questions about how to stay informed or just how to fight this stuff when you don't agree with something.
Maybe we start a revolution.
Maybe we start a little maskless revolution. You know what I mean? The resistance. The resistance.
The resistance.
That's it.
The resistance.
Oh,
You
there's a
weren't-
good T-shirt idea for that too.
Le resistance.
No, somebody left in the comments that they wanted a through thick and thin shirt with both your bike clubs.
That would be
hilarious.
awesome.
That's
Through thick
fucking
and thin.
hilarious.
That could be
Through
the
thick and thin is a
revolution
great
slogan.
idea.
Through thick
Dude.
and thin.
Through thick and thin. All right.
3 N's, 3
If
C's.
you kind of
That doesn't
jumping
matter.
on the thick
Make the
train
t-shirt.
again.
You're welcome, first of all.
No, we
Make
can't.
the t-shirt.
We'll
Why,
see.
that's a good idea.
It's all right.
Through thick and thin?
Yeah, dude. Here's the thing you gotta know about merch. We're already on to August merch, Papa. You got to plan for this stuff.
right.
It takes a while to get it going.
Yeah, I know. Fuck off.
What were we gonna talk? But yeah, fuck COVID. I'm sick of it too. But the thing is how about Jay Schaub, the VP of Thick Boys Bike Club,
Saw a big old...
he goes, check this snake out riding today, and he was really scared. I go, why don't you get a video? He goes, oh, I was so scared I just turned the
It
other
looks
way.
like a fucking garter snake, Jay.
It's not a garter. It's in that's in Denver, Colorado. Actually, Highlands Ranch to be specific. His address
it a
is
rat snake of some
1277. It's a bull snake.
Oh,
They
a bull snake.
They actually go to battle with rattlesnakes.
Yeah, they're not poisonous.
No, so you technically could grab him,
Yeah.
but I probably wouldn't still.
I would secure its head, and then I would tame it.
Yeah, sure.
Ten.
That's why you should go meet with the San Diego chapter with me tomorrow morning.
I should
when
do
we
that.
ride the Santa Cruz Heckler e-bikes. We're going to demo some of those. I'm sure there's going to be snakes out there. You can grab them talking all this shit. I want to see how
grab
it goes for you.
Grab them.
Grab them.
I'll grab. I would,
You're
if
not
you told
coming.
me to do it, I'd do it.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
And I bring a small flute, and I charm them. I
We
charm
wouldn't
them.
kill it though, would we?
And the problem with charming a snake is that your little trouser snake would get all fucking hard too.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, I don't know if you saw this
Please
video.
don't play it, Ted.
Sasso sent me this video.
Okay, these never go well. These never go well.
No,
But
I'll
let's
send
keep
it to
doing
you, but see if you think this is
Don't.
funny. Hold on.
You send it
Holding.
to Chin. Don't send it to me.
Yeah, let me send this to Chin.
Is that that's the oh no, bull snake.
Bull snake?
Yeah, that's what people are saying it is. I don't know my snakes. The online, yep, that's definitely.
Kinda
what it
looks
is.
like, yeah.
That's what it is right there.
Let's see again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
look
that's
like that.
him, huh?
Yeah.
Look at Theo's comment.
What did
There's
he
actually
say?
some funny comments in
Also,
there.
Beautiful snake.
He goes, y'all weak. Grill that bitch up. And when Theo saw that rattlesnake, he goes, man, that's a long raccoon where I come from.
I like when he fucking said hamster bones or Arkansas ivory.
That's a long raccoon where I come
For a
from.
long raccoon. He's so amazing at coming up with
He's
weird
so
ways
unique.
to. I know. How's he doing? I haven't talked to him. How's he doing with the COVID thing? Is he all quarantined up?
Yesterday when we got done with King's thing, he goes, fuck. I go, what, he goes, I have to go home. He goes, I have nothing to do.
Oh,
He goes, I got a plant though.
Got a plant. Got a plant.
I went, well, that's good. At least you can stare at the plant, dude.
Got a plant. Yeah.
Dude, how about Houston sold out already? You think there's a demand for people to get back
No
to
shit.
business?
We're adding a couple shows probably.
No, don't add Sunday, Papa. I'm not going to be there
Not Sunday, but maybe
people will be
Thursday.
so
maybe,
disappointed.
maybe another
it's
show
just
on
you.
Thursday, Bo?
What?
Maybe a show on Thursday?
I'm down. Add a show
Okay.
on Thursday. Add 3 on Friday if you're feeling froggy.
What?
Oh, you can't do 3. Oh,
I'll
you're
do
old.
3.
Oh, you're older.
I'll do
I
3.
did 4 in one day in Dublin. Oh, you can't.
4
do
in
3.
one day?
You can't do 3.
Hey, can I be honest with you? All bullshit aside,
4's a lot.
you're a big, strong athlete.
Yeah, sure.
I have more endurance than you, right?
No, Papa. You get old now.
Bubba,
Remember
you
can't
break
drink that
down.
night?
Bubba, you
I don't,
break
though.
down.
No, I don't.
Bubba, your
anymore.
back, everything breaks down.
That was when we were doing Fire Kid Live.
You're in bed.
I was a pup.
Dude, listen, me and your brother.
do more shows
Me and your
than
brothers.
you.
Listen.
I do more shows
No,
than
no,
you
no,
a year.
don't say that. I'll beat you on this.
Last year?
No, it doesn't matter. If you, no, listen.
Oh no, over a lifetime.
No. Right now at 53, I break you down, Bubba. Me and your brother are a couple of night owls, right? We're a couple of vampires. We stay up.
That's different. That's different.
No, you go
I don't
to
like
bed.
to go out. I don't like people.
You fucking go, my back, and then you break down. I've been with you.
I shut it down. I jack off in my room.
You got my fucking lower back. I can't move. And then you have to waddle to your room.
I don't like bars though.
You do it at
know
10:30. It's not true. You get tired. Big dogs get tired. It's all right.
Big
I don't
dogs
give a
get
fuck.
tired. But Papa, I'm willing to do 4 shows. You're not.
I think I'll do 3 shows.
There you go. See 3.
100% 3. 4 too much.
Too much for you.
No, just too much. It gets like you're just
It's
like
a
fuck
lot.
this. Yeah,
4's a lot.
But let's do 3.
By 4, you feel sick.
Yes.
By that 4th show, you feel sick to your stomach.
100%. I'll do 3 on Friday and another one on Thursday.
Have we sold 700 tickets in Spokane already? You think that? And they're say emergency, and they're foaming at the mouth.
They're foaming at the mouth.
Foaming at the dick.
I can't
to get
wait.
some comedy.
I can't wait.
We're gonna add Salt Lake. I think July 17th, 18th.
Beautiful.
Now is that gonna be the first Thick Boy Bike Club festival? Yeah, it is. Salt Lake City.
So we'll do Salt Lake.
You bring your stupid old ass.
How many shows are we doing? Why don't we do more than just 2 days?
I'm trying to add a Thursday and do 3 shows every day.
Okay. Wow. What? That can I just say one thing about that? That's high altitude, Bubba. High altitude.
Oh, old fuck.
And I don't want you to break down.
In the high altitude.
I don't want you to
You merely adapted to the.
You know what though? You do have good endurance. Yeah, you always outdid your opponents. So I wonder if that's from living in Denver. For real. They say if you're born in high altitude, you do have.
They do say that.
Yeah, it's
I
in
don't
your
know.
blood. Because you do have very good cardio for a giant.
We'll see who lasts longer on a bike if you want, or we can run. Do you want to run and see who has better cardio?
The only
What do
thing
you wanna
about
do, Papa?
that, I think I could beat you in all those. The problem is my feet, my fucking.
I have feet
my
problems
ankles,
too.
my ankles
Me
break
too,
down.
Papa. You want to try it?
Yeah.
See what
You don't
happens?
want to go endurance with me even at 53.
Oh,
you just
come
don't.
on.
Even in jiu-jitsu, you know what the joke was? Do you want to go again, Brian? I never got tired. Never got
Because you
tired.
kept getting tapped out.
No, I didn't get tapped
You
out.
kept getting tapped
No,
out.
I didn't get
That's
tapped
the easy
out.
work.
No, I didn't get tapped out.
This is your hardest work.
That's not true. When I was training,
This is you. I saw it.
you didn't see it.
I've seen you train multiple times.
When I stopped
Hey.
doing jiu-jitsu, dude, when I stopped doing jiu-jitsu,
This is my impression of
Is this Dave Rubin?
This is my impression of Brian.
restroom right now.
He's taking a shit. This is my impression of Brian in a jiu-jitsu gym. Oh,
That's not me.
Fellas, let's do it again. And they're like, dude, we're exhausted tapping you out. Come on, one more time.
yeah, you saw me wrestle with Jake Shields and all you monsters.
No, just regular people.
No, you've never seen me roll with regular people. And I got tricks.
Hey, let's not talk about jiu-jitsu around Rubin.
Okay.
We don't put him on the...
We're both fans of Dave Rubin.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Smart guy.
Yeah.
Is it cool if I just sock you in the dick?
We can stop and just say, what's up?
No, let's keep going. Hey, is it cool if I just sock you in the dick in the middle of the show just so the fans have some fun?
Boo! And I'll
So
go,
the fans
I'll go like this.
So
and
the
I go-
fans like, there's Fighter and the Kid.
And I go,
Hey, should we call this episode the Brian Callen Show?
yeah. Yeah. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
No, I love him.
Yeah.
I'm speaking as the fans, though.
You ever
know?
punched anybody in the dick when you were fighting? Giving
No.
old sock in the old nuts?
Never.
nuts?
Well, usually they're wearing those steel cups. But I'll sock you right in your stupid old dick.
All right. Dave Rubin. No, that's not
I was like, man, he got a lot younger.
Well, the best underwear on the planet are a little something called MeUndies.
Oh my
Okay.
God, the world's most soft and sustainable underwear, period.
Yep. Aimed to end your toxic relationship with your tattered old undies, and we all have them. You know, the ones that have a hole. I've had a couple that have holes, and I keep wearing them. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you got
fuck
you got
it.
the pee-pee stains in the front
Yep.
you can't get rid of.
I throw them all away. You can build a pack with MeUndies. I'm telling you this right now.
You
They
get a
are the
monthly
best.
membership, Brian.
Yeah.
Every month they deliver
They
you some
send you one,
fresh
yeah.
ass undies.
They're the best. They truly are. You'll
Build a
just
pack. You can even match your undies with the other half. MeUndies are made with soft, sustainable fabric. Available in sizes extra small, Brian.
Yeah.
4XX. Brendan.
There you go.
All right?
Get your 15% off your first order, free shipping at 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Go to MeUndies.com/fighter. That's MeUndies.com/fighters. They are the best underwear on the planet. They will last you forever. They're amazing.
Oh,
we
this
got
is big.
20% off on it
Nutrition.
supplements, all their nutrition.
All the nutrition. Dude, the semi-annual sale is happening right
Shit,
now.
so the MCT oil,
Oh,
the joint oil, the
dude.
fat butter, elk bars, great for bringing on like pikes,
Warrior
hunting
bars,
warrior
bring
bar,
them on your thick boy bike
Power
rides.
Food Active. You got the keto hot sauce.
You got protein powders. You got coffee, the Fuck Yeah coffee with the extra caffeinated crystals in it. They got it all 20% off right now on it.com/fighter for 10% off the entire damn site. But right now, their semi-annual sale, nutrition's 20% off on it.com/fighter. That's not the guy.
This is my second fist bump of the day.
What's up, brother? I'll fucking lick your face. How you doing,
Not
man?
necessary.
The great Dave Rubin, ladies and gentlemen. We know all the same people.
We know all the same people. We do know
God,
all
you got
the
a
same
set of hair on
people.
you, man.
It's got
It's
some nice hair.
hair.
it's all mine, believe it or not. It's a lot of spray in there right now.
A lot of
You know,
spray.
Looks nice.
He had it done. He had it done. Who's the young guy?
Who's the young twink over there?
That's my associate producer, Michael.
There he is.
What's up, Mike?
Got hired in the
Michael.
middle of lockdown. I'm hiring. I'm expanding. I'm
Look
helping
at
the
you,
economy.
man.
Yeah. Everyone
Thriving
else
in
is
the
tanking.
quarantine.
We call
firing
you
people.
the breath of fresh air, my friend. That's
Yeah?
what you are. Yeah. We're
Well,
both fans.
Yeah, I've been watching a
I
lot
don't
of
even
your
know
stuff
that I'm
lately,
doing
man.
anything that interesting, except that we live in a very fucked up time and a little common sense, apparently.
Is it common sense, though? Because I feel like we need people like you who are well-spoken to kind of lay it out for people like me.
Yeah, that still makes it common sense. You know, I mean, most of the stuff I'm talking about, it's like, I just want people to live free. I don't care what you do in your private life. I
Agree.
don't care what you do in your private life. I don't want any of your money. If you have more money than me, if I have more money than you can't have my money. I just want people to live free. That really is it. And yet somehow that is thought of as Nazi stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
people
weird.
get so upset when you say something, and I've
I got
watched
a lot
your
of
shows.
haters, yeah.
Yo, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
So when you say something that makes sense, if people don't agree with it, they get so upset. Oh, you just want more people to die. Well, no, I don't want anybody to die, but people can die regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
saying
thinking
let
on the
us
way
live
here.
free.
I was thinking as I was coming here, because I don't get out that often anymore, that how many people could I kill on the
Yeah,
way here? You know what I
exactly.
mean? Could I touch a lot of mailboxes, lick a
Exactly.
Yeah.
the
Go to nursing
parking
homes.
thing, or it's very bizarre.
You
It
take
really
the
is.
fight to the college campuses, which I
Oh
love.
yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
interesting because I don't mean to interrupt
Yeah.
you, B, but before you go on with your point, have you seen what college campuses are doing, especially in the Southeast, like the SEC conference? Because they're controlling it better than anybody. Like Vanderbilt and University of Tennessee, they're thriving in Tennessee. So what the SEC is saying, because in California in the Pac-10, they're not gonna. They're like, well, we can't play football. But the SEC saying, yeah, we can. And so the NCAA goes, well, we want a blanket rule where not this conference can play. And SEC goes, no, we're going to play. We're good to go. Why would we wait on these dummies because they don't have their shit together?
Well, did
We're
you
gonna
see
play.
just in the last hour, I saw a video of the governor of Florida, and he's like, hey, if your basketball team, football team, if your state's shutting you down, we'll take more professional franchises here. It's like, I'm thinking of starting my own NBA team.
Arizona did
Great.
too.
Is
Arizona goes,
that
"We'll
right?
take all the pro teams. Yeah, they're opening up everything. They're taking the pro teams, and then the NBA, all the big heads in the NBA, so player wise, LeBron James, Steph Curry, they go, we want to play this year. We want to finish the season because they were like, well, we don't know. We're probably going to shut it down.
Well,
All the players got together.
LeBron needs the cash because I have a friend that lives like a block away from where he's building his new compound. Trust me, that guy's spending a pretty penny. Like he needs to
Yeah.
get back to work. you
Yes,
know?
he
I think
does.
he's probably doing
I
okay.
think he's
but
good
like,
from the billion
You think he's doing
contract
all right?
he has from Nike.
Yeah,
Straight up
yeah.
$1 billion, but yeah.
Just $1 billion.
Yeah, not
you,
bad.
you do a lot of stand up, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
you tour?
Well, not much right now, but
Are you touring at all? You're not doing anything?
So it's funny. I did the 12 years of like the struggling stand-up life in New York, handing out the tickets 6 nights a week, 2 hours a night, and all that, and the road stuff. But that was all before anyone knew me. And it's just like you show up at a club and you're 1 out of 10 guys, and even if you kill, nobody remembers you. And it was sort of pre-YouTube and all that stuff. And now it's weird because of my show, I can sell out a club. So when I was on tour with Jordan Peterson for about a year and a half, if we just had an off night, I would just do whatever club was there, do about an hour. I have like 5 jokes, but I'm not even doing stand up really. I'm just like running a circus. Like I get up there, I kind of talk about politics and what's on my mind. I get people involved. I give away shit. Like it's very different, but I love it. Like, because I don't need it. I don't really want to be a comic anymore.
Yeah,
so
because your show has become,
Yeah.
all you need
Monster,
to do, right?
yeah.
pretty much, yeah, which is nice.
You
so
have
it's
great
like,
fucking guests on there, man.
we work
Oh,
hard.
you know who I
We work
loved?
hard.
I just listened to it. The guy from Dirty Jobs.
Mike Rowe, that guy is awesome.
How smart is he? His vocabulary is so impressive.
Really?
Oh my god, he must write his ass off.
That was a good word. Really? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. The way you said that.
Yeah, thank you.
That was
Really?
kind of good.
I never thought of him that way.
I watch his show religiously all the time, but then we hear him speak, like, oh my God. It's
Well,
attractive.
he's one of those guys that's smart for the right reasons. Like, you could talk to academics all day. I interview these high level guys that I love. I love talking to them. I don't know about that guy. I love talking to those guys, but it's like book smart, and that's important, obviously. But a guy like Mike Rowe, it's like his smarts do come from something else.
Practical.
Yes. Like being down there with these guys that work literally the worst dirty jobs you can imagine, and finding out like what it is that they know about the world. Like what have they figured out? How is it that you can like literally be cleaning up shit all day, like animal shit or human shit, and still find purpose in the world, still find happiness, all that stuff? He's been around those people, and I think that kind of like
that's what I find when you do stand up as much as like I do or now you do.
Yeah.
One of the things that I realized when I was always touring and being around my audience, were sometimes a lot of times younger or whatever, but they were a lot of blue collar, middle class. As I kind of was like, I actually don't know any more than they do in a lot of ways. In fact, I'm very myopic in my existence. I live in LA and I'm an actor and I try to read and stuff. But in terms of living a practical life,
that's it.
That's what's really interesting.
Well, that's what's so funny. It's like I was born in Brooklyn. I grew up in Long Island. I went to SUNY Binghamton. I lived in Manhattan my whole life. And then I moved here 7 years ago. So I've truly only lived in New York and LA. Yet the things that I talk about seem to resonate far more with the people in the middle of the country.
Fuck yeah.
Which is really weird. And it's like, no joke, right now, I'm thinking about leaving. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here anymore.
Where do you want to go? That's what we were talking about.
I don't know. You guys
want to go Texas or,
I don't know, probably Texas, maybe Florida.
I think Texas is the winner. I don't want to live in Florida.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I want to live in Texas either, but like.
Really?
I love this. Like the idea that I would have to leave 85 and sunny today. We're in Santa Monica.
Problem,
it's
dude.
perfect. We can't go to the beach. We've got all of the worst types of people running this state. Our governor, Gavin Newsom.
But isn't there?
This is what leftism is.
Isn't there a part of you that wants to fight to stay though?
There is, and I'm trust me, that is where I've been at the last 72 hours.
Yes.
I have been at that like internal thing constantly. Like, do you stay and fight, even though there's almost no evidence that you can turn this thing around in this state, or do you just get out?
Then they win. I feel like if we leave, look what Elon Musk did. He went, you want to do what? All right, I'm going to take my facility. I'm out of here. Whoa.
Yeah,
all right. You can open up. He's like, that's what I thought.
Did they open? Is that what happened? Because
exactly.
Yeah.
They went,
well, they're letting him. I guess they're letting. What did they do? They're letting the facility remain open or something.
Because they were going to say none of it can be open because it's not essential goods. But then they went back on that. Said, well, you can open, but there has to be a limited number of people and the necessary precautions.
The thing is that Eric Garcetti and Newsom and all these people, that for a while the California economy was doing really well right before this.
We're crushing it.
It seems like a crazy gamble to keep us shut down this long. Why are they doing this?
So it depends how far down the rabbit hole you want to go.
Let's go.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
that's why you're here.
So look. There's the literal version of this, which is okay. Maybe they know something about COVID that they're not telling us.
That's what I'm thinking.
So maybe that is, but I don't know about that. It's it's like we crushed the curve. Nobody's sick. The idea that we really shouldn't be doing this right now. Empty. Hospitals are empty. The only people that with minor exceptions, it's like if you're over 80 and already sick, those are the people.
Or younger obese have problems.
Or what?
Younger and obese.
Okay, so if we take all of that stuff, it's like that is not enough of a reason to keep all of us who are in the prime of life away from our friends, from our family. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking the other day, like, I want to hug my mom. My mom's in New York, but like, this is crazy at this point. She's 70. She can't leave the house, basically. So the rabbit hole, though, would be, if you want like that answer, it's that they genuinely want to destroy the economy so that Trump loses. Like,
how insane is that?
I don't think it's that crazy. They threw everything at Trump. Russia, Ukraine, this, that, the other thing. Now there's all this Flynn stuff leaking out that's going to look really bad for Obama and Biden. And it's like, maybe they really... Remember, Bill Maher, a guy who I really like in a lot of ways. Don't forget, this is a guy who 2 years ago was talking about how if the economy crashed, if that's what it took to get rid of Trump, then that would be good. Like, I think a lot of lefties think like that. Like, they think Hitler's in charge, as bananas as that is. Yeah. And what would you do to take out Hitler? If you would ruin every 300 million people's lives?
Did they notice that we were at 3.2% unemployment? Did they notice that we were at full employment? I mean,
It's more important to get Trump out than any of that to them.
And for them, they also don't believe in numbers. So it's like, it doesn't matter how many unemployed people are there because we'll just make up money. We'll just make up money to give them. And then you just keep these people on the dole
well, no, you have to
forever.
create government programs
Yeah.
to fill in where private enterprise.
But they love that. They love government programs, no matter how many times it keeps people in perpetual poverty generation after generation
But
after
why
generation.
can't? I don't get why the masses can't see the numbers and see that it's gone to politics now more so than
They might have.
beating COVID and being safe. Not if you walk
you
down
know
the
what?
street. I just got shit for not wearing a mask in the coffee.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? The mask ain't shit.
The truth is that people are just complacent. We live in the freest place ever right now, right? Like we have no idea. None of the three of us have any clue what real oppression is, what real having to fight authority is. There are plenty of other people that are American that do know that came here from Eastern Europe or that's parents survived communism or Nazi Germany or a zillion other things. We have no idea when it starts to come. And I get a lot of emails from people all over the world that are like, it's starting to feel like that.
Yeah.
It is.
It's starting to feel like the governments are just coming. And that's the thing. The idea that I would leave Cali, I freaking love it here. My life is so good. I have a great home and home studio. And like, I got everything I want. It all came together here. And for the last 3 weeks, the thing that I can't get out of my head is maybe you got to go.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I know it sucks.
But it's like, but the stay and fight thing, it's
The
like.
thing in me is to
I
stay
don't know.
and fight, and it has to
Yeah.
go with guys like you and Rogan and Jordan Peterson, the smarter minds, translating it to the masses.
That's why you gotta
Listen,
get
I'm
good
not a
ideas.
quitter. I'm not a quitter because I would have to do something else, right? Like I've gotten a lot of hate over the years, so I'm not a quitter.
But we should learn something from Elon Musk, who's a brilliant man, who was like, no, I'm not doing that, man. If you do that, I'm taking all these employees and we're going to Texas.
Listen, I've been
and
on
they bent the knee.
They bent the knee. I've been on Fox News basically every day for the last 3 weeks, railing against Newsom by name, railing against Garcetti. You know, so I'm trying.
Do you ever get any response from them?
No. But by the way, I usually do it pretty respectfully. I mean, sometimes kind of jokey about them, but like I've invited them on my show. I would treat both of them exactly the same way I've treated every other guest, which is with nothing but respect.
They have a difficult job.
Tell me your shit. Tell me why you're doing what you're doing. That's it.
That's
Here's
what
an
I want to know.
explanation.
Yeah, give me
Well,
an explanation. I don't have one.
With Garcetti, when he's like, yeah, we're locking down for 3 months. That was it. It got leaked by the LA Times. And you're like, wait, hold on. Why? We beat the curve that you told us May 15th. I know. But then you don't give us any sort of explanation. And then they see the backlash. And then 2 minutes later, after that gets released, he goes on CNN. And he's like, no, I'm not saying it's going to be the same lockdown. Businesses are still going to stay open, but it's just the necessary steps. Like, but no, they don't explain anything.
He risks losing the next election, though. I think these guys are.
Well, he
yeah.
risks it. He risks it if enough people wake up. But so that's the stay and fight question. Is like, have these guys gone so bananas, so off the rails, so drunk with power that even in California, enough people are just like, forget this. I don't know that maybe it is
You're
possible.
cynical enough to believe, and I'm asking because I think I am too. That like an outfit like CNN.
Yeah.
When they frame the amount of deaths, so what this one guy who's got a bald
Did you say
head, I can't
outfit or alpha?
the way they no an outfit
gotcha.
like
Yeah,
CNN. They will have a journalist on and he'll say the equivalent of 2 towers, 9/11.
Yeah.
All people
These
died
are
in 9/11.
horrible,
The
ridiculous
equivalent of that is
comparisons.
dying every single day, and people still don't get it. And it's like, is that what you're saying? And do you mind like having some caveats around that? How old are they? Are we sure of that? Are they all being tested? There are all these questions where you're like, it's almost like they want this lockdown to go on forever.
They do. Well, first off, their ratings are up in the midst of this because we're all trapped at home. So the media is dead. I mean, that's an important thing to just like, we have to just say it and know it. The mainstream media is just absolute dead. CNN is the WWE.
It is?
I mean, I think that moment when you saw that moment when Chris Cuomo walked out of his basement, and they said, "Well, he's been in quarantine for 3 weeks, and here he comes, and he had the shivers, and he chipped a tooth because he had COVID, and blah." And it's like he comes up and he's sweating, and then he announces, "Oh, it's because he was working out downstairs while he had COVID." The whole it's all fixed. I mean, just a week before he had said he was in quarantine for 3 weeks. It turns out a week before he got into a fight with a biker outside of his house in the Hamptons.
And there's video.
It's like, it's all made up nonsense. We are watching WWE skits in front of us and pretending it's real.
Have you done CNN?
But why don't people get it?
No, so I'm on a book tour right now. I have done every freaking podcast you can think of. I have been on every Fox show repeatedly. I would go on every single CNN show. Here, I'm saying it again. I have not gotten not one invite from MSNBC.
They're just afraid of you. They just.
My only caveat though would be I would only do it live because I don't trust them on the editing
Agreed.
side. But Fox, I go on live. They don't tell me to say anything. I was supposed to be on Perino right before I got here, but then this Flynn story dropped, so they canceled me at the last
we are
sec.
so polarized, aren't we, in this country? It's just so fucking.
Well, I think most of us are like this.
Yeah.
Most people.
I think we're the fortunate ones, don't you?
No, I think most
we're
people are
fortunate. We're
moderate.
fortunate in that we're not like completely partisan, crazy people wandering around thinking that Nazis are hunting us down or that half the country is evil or something like that. Most people aren't. You meet most people, it's like most people are willing to admit they don't know everything. Most people are willing to admit that, you know, they want to figure out a way to live with other people. But the media has they have just failed us. Just because that thing says CNN and you remember that from 20 years ago
yeah.
doesn't mean anything.
But like even with Fauci, it's like him into consideration when he came out and goes, you know, he's been on the record saying this is nothing. It's not a big deal. Fast forward a month later, this is the worst thing ever. Wear masks. Prior to that, don't wear masks.
None of it
it's
makes
okay
sense.
that he's wrong. It's okay to say that you're wrong. Their projections were so far off.
By the way, some of this
So
also
far.
might have to do with Fauci being very old and in a risk category.
He's always been cautious.
So you think he's just protecting himself.
Well, I mean,
But he's also
there's an
a cautious
emotional
guy.
You know, yeah.
Like he's you don't get in that business without being a very cautious person.
Well,
but to give that scale of what was it, 200 million going to die,
Yeah.
and then 60,000 die.
2 million, 2
well,
million.
they're just so far off.
I'm sure somebody said 200 million though. Or
Yeah.
so somebody
Yeah.
definitely said
well,
it. But-
certainly Gavin Newsom said we're at risk of having 87 or 95% of the California population being infected by COVID.
But the thing is,
But then they're going to say sorry.
No, go ahead.
They're going to say, well, the only reason that didn't happen is because we went into quarantine.
Of course.
Okay,
How
but then
about
in
Sweden?
but how about Sweden and these other states? But how about in quarantine? Even the governor of New York came out and said that what they've realized is by locking people down, it's spreading like crazy because they're all stuck together.
Yeah.
So that being locked down in the quarantine doesn't make sense.
I think you can look at it this way. Let's say we were truly like in a dystopian future right now, and we knew for sure that 10% of Americans were going to die. No one's saying this is true. So I'm giving you like a ridiculously over-the-top scenario. Let's say really they were like, we know it right now, 10% of Americans are going to die. That's a crazy number. That means every one of us would know multiple people who died, all that stuff. At some point, even knowing that, we'd still have to start living again.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think they've tricked us into thinking, you keep seeing this where they'll be like, we can't end this until there's a vaccine. There's no vaccine for the common cold.
No, I know.
Correct.
Life is about
not
risk,
coming.
right? Life is about risk. You go out, you get punched, you get into fights, you get hit by a car. The litany, you could have a freaking,
But it's
bird
weird
could
what
poop
we're
on your
okay
head.
with as far as deaths, because you look at deaths over the board from heart attacks to the flu, the common flu, to all these other things, cholesterol, obesity. We're fine with those. But then you look at the numbers of this, which are much smaller, and we're not fine with
COVID's not that
Yeah.
deadly. How about that? It's not that
it.
deadly.
If you're older,
Look,
if you're older.
if you're older, it is, and it is more deadly than the flu, from what I understand. But either way, the point is, they're gonna push us to a place where good people are just gonna be like, forget this. I'm gonna just go ahead and live my life. The idea that right now that I can't invite friends who are young and healthy over for dinner. I mean, I guess we could do it on the DL.
I've been.
I do it.
Yeah. Look, my hair's a little shorter than it was the other day.
Your hair
You know how I
hair's
did it?
distractingly
I had
hair's
a
distractingly
stranger
good.
came into my house and clipped my hair
yeah.
and told me how much he hated Trump the whole time and then left.
That's fine.
I swear to God, that's what he did. I swear to God.
Hey, by the way, it's okay to hate Trump and still be against this shutdown.
No,
this
of
blanket shutdown.
of course,
You don't have to be a Trump supporter and be for common sense.
Right, but this idea that the anti-Trump people, they always have to express it no matter what. It's like, dude, you have no idea what I think about anything. He didn't know who I am. Doesn't even matter. But like these people that have to walk in and express can you cut my hair? You got a
hate
scissor?
Trump. Yeah.
You got a scissor, but now you got to go on your anti-Trump
Yeah,
tirade.
they're like vegans. They want you to know.
I thought he knew who you were.
No, he didn't even know who I was. But Michael, my producer here, he got a hair. Well, I don't want to say it. But his hair is a little shorter than it was the other day too, from another guy, and he has a Trump bobblehead in his apartment. And the guy came in and started ranting about Trump too. It's like these people could do your job.
Yeah,
do your job, unless your job is to hate Trump, which then you get a job at CNN.
Yeah, well, then you get a job at
You know?
CNN. It really is true, man.
How is it opening for Jordan Peterson? What kind of crowd is that? Because
It was
you're not
unbelievable.
doing are you doing open it with stand up or it's a different?
It's mostly crowd work, and I like drop some funny references about him, and he sounds like Kermit the Frog, and he talks about lobsters a lot of like insider Jordan stuff. But it was incredible. I mean, we did a year and a half together, 120 shows, something
Jeez.
like 20 countries. I went to all these places, not only in America, but all over the world that I had never been to, Finland, Sweden, I'd never been to Ireland before.
How big are the crowds when he goes to Finland, Sweden?
Well, the Sweden shows were incredible because Sweden has a major political correctness problem because they really view conformity as good in Sweden. So it's always very funny when all the AOCs and Bernie, they're like, we should be more like Sweden. It's like, well, actually what you're saying is we should be like this absurdly tiny, homogenous country that now in the last couple of years, they've let in immigrants and now they have all sorts of problems. So they don't even know what they're talking about. But Sweden, the show sold out literally in a minute. So we added a second one. So we left Sweden, I think we went to Finland and came back. The shows mostly were in theaters that were like probably 2,000 to 6,000. I think 6 was the biggest.
Big boy.
Every single show was sold out. I think maybe except for one. I think the show in Dallas, they put us in the Toyota Center. Have you ever been there? It's like, it's not a theater. It's basically like a giant convention center. Wow. So you can't sell it out because you could just
following.
He changed people's lives. Yeah. I saw things that you cannot imagine. I'm talking people off drugs, every addiction. Name an addiction, he solved people's addictions. People, I'll give you one. We finished the show in Dublin, and when you walk out the artist entrance because he doesn't want to get mobbed right out in front. And he's had a day. I mean, we got to town that morning, signing all the autographs, all the meet and greets, taking all the pictures, the press hits, an hour and a half lecture that was different every night. He's beat. It's like 1 a.m. We walk out the side and we see these two guys in the alleyway. And one's like about 60, the other one's maybe 25 or so. And they're both crying and they're hugging. They kind of run up to us. And it turns out that it's a father and son who had a falling out 5 years before, had not seen each other in 5 years. They both bought the book.
Oh, wow.
Then both ended up at the show, saw each other.
Come on.
And made amends that night. Tell us the story. Now, Jordan starts crying. His wife with us. She starts crying. The tour manager, John, starts crying. I start crying. I mean, it was like, you can't make something more real. And when they make the movie about Jordan and when they remake that scene, it will not be as powerful as it was. It was like,
how's he doing right now?
So I can't say anything that's not public.
Yeah.
I spoke to him last week, and I saw him a few months ago. He's getting better.
Good.
They try to frame it like was like a drug addict and all this stuff. He was very open about it. His wife, in the midst of his success, in the midst of like this unprecedented worldwide, like crazy success, his wife was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I was out to lunch with him in I think we were in Des Moines when he got the call. And we continued. He continued. And he was very open about being on a very small amount of Klonopin, which is an anti-anxiety drug. And then as things got worse with her and she wasn't able to tour with us, he upped the amount. And he regrets it, and he did. And then what happens with some of these anti-anxieties is it actually has, they call it a rubber band reaction or something, where you actually end up, instead of being, the idea is that if you take more, you're going to have less anxiety. Yeah. But eventually it just actually does the complete reverse.
Jesus.
But he's getting better. He's getting better. His book's coming out, I think, in November.
And what's his thoughts on, obviously he's not here, but what's his thoughts on COVID and all this?
The only thing I can say is that what Jordan, I think, wants to fight in this world more than anything else is authoritarian governments.
Love it.
That is his main thing, that he wants to stop. He wants people to be free.
It's just
exactly
amazing.
What I said at the beginning.
It's amazing how authoritarian these quote unquote liberal governments are.
Yeah.
It's amazing how authoritarian someone like Gavin Newsom and Eric Garcetti are. It's actually astonishing. Snitch on your neighbor.
Snitch on your neighbor. How much did you make today?
Yeah.
I saw my guy walking his dog. I pocketed $50.
That's
pretty
right.
good. Yeah.
That's right.
It's crazy.
And it's just astonishing.
Our friend actually got snitched on.
I know.
What, for doing what?
For having a podcast.
For having a podcast.
Well,
we're allowed.
Him and our friend for letting my son play in his gym.
Oh, that's right.
There's 3 of us.
For letting children jump on a trampoline.
Giant warehouse.
Right. Because I was going to say podcasts are exempt. Somehow this is exempt.
This is news.
This is essential,
Even
right?
if this was illegal, we would never stop doing it.
Yeah, good.
I would do this underground and just be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm so, for the record, like we were talking about, I'm so against this shutdown.
Well, it's like the things that make upset me, and I feel like I want to fight, but I don't know even where to start. But I sent Chin this video. There's this cop in Washington. He's a former Army Ranger. He's a jiu-jitsu gym owner, father of 3, wife, and he's on the police force there. Have you seen this video? It's gone pretty viral.
I don't think so.
I think his name's Greg Anderson.
Greg Anderson.
GR Anderson 33 is his
Shout out
Instagram
to
account.
Greg Anderson.
So he gets on there. He's in his patrol car, And he goes, man, I feel like I have to say something about this. He goes, I'm a police officer in Washington. And he goes, and a lot of my colleagues are arresting people for basically, it's against the Constitution what we're doing. He goes, some of these people are opening up their small business, whether it's a nail salon in their house, a barber, something like that. And he goes, and I have colleagues going undercover to catch these, and he puts in quote, criminals, and going undercover and arrest them, take them from their family. And he goes, I'm not going to do that. It's against the Constitution. We're not allowed to do that. And he goes, and the problem is you're going to wake up a sleeping giant, the American public. And he goes, once they realize that we don't have the power to do this, there's going to be problems. There's going to be bloodshed. And he goes, and I don't want that bloodshed. So he does that video, right? Gets whatever, 1 million something views. And he goes, and my sergeant also believes the same way that I do. So I'm fortunate. And I guess the sergeant goes, all right, you've got 400 something thousand views. You need to take this down. He goes, no, I'm not taking it down. That's a good point. Why I take it down? They go, cool, you're fired. So he loses his job.
Well, the chief of police called him and said,
How did I not
the
hear about
administration said, look, this is going to get to the next level. You got to take it down and accept a letter of reprimand. And he's like, well, I can't do that. I'm willing to die on this hill. This is what I believe. And I don't believe that there's anything that's more sacred than the Constitution of the United States, not higher up authorities, not elected officials, if they are an affront to the Constitution, if they are butting against that's what you define yourself and what you're willing to fight for.
Well, he also fought for your freedom.
Yeah, this is a motherfucker who fights for what he believes in. He's a very rare dude.
Wait, so what's his situation right now?
He got fired, didn't have a job. They let him go.
Michael, we got to hunt this guy down. I got to talk to this guy.
He's being paid, but
that's why I brought him up.
He's on administrative leave.
So he's about to be fired.
He's about to be fired.
Or he's fired now, but he said he's about to be fired.
I'm pretty sure he's fired now, and he started GoFundMe. Obviously, he has 3 little children he has to protect. He has a gym. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's one of us, but even better.
Well, look, that's the stay at fight part that I can get on board with. It's like if we can cause a mass awakening. It's like this is just a man. He's just a man. Mm-hmm. That woman in Dallas who opened up her salon and did everything that anyone would do. You know what I mean? You're going to wear a mask. You saw the video probably. Yes. She goes around saying you're going to be so you'll be clean here. We'll socially distance. My workers want to put food on their kids' table.
That's right.
And that judge, that smug, awful judge. Can you imagine looking at somebody who's telling you that they want to make sure their kids don't get hungry?
A government bureaucrat.
And say, a government bureaucrat, that's all you are, and saying to them, you have to apologize.
How crazy is that?
As if that's what you're in the government for, as if that's what the judiciary's for, that you have to apologize.
Moral shithead. Yeah.
But nothing.
But there's
virtue signal.
There's been movements where I think if you want to stay and fight, you can see certain things. I keep going back to Elon Musk. I'll see his incredible power with the Tesla plant in Northern California. You look at this gentleman who's a police officer who lost his job. There's a ton of things. Or in Orange County when Newsom came out and went, we're shutting down the beaches in Orange, and then the sheriff came out and went, I want every citizen to know in Orange County, we're not going to obey by that. We're not going to arrest people for going to the beach. That's not happening. He goes, okay, well, not Orange County. Yeah, no shit, not Orange County.
Well, one of the things is there's a weird thing in California particularly that if you fail in government, you always move up. So Gavin Newsom destroyed San Francisco.
Destroyed.
When's the last time you guys were in San Francisco?
This is a great point.
We have friends who have a business there. I know a cop there.
It's a literal shithole, and I'm using the word literally correctly. They have an app that tells you where human shit is on the street. Actually tells you where human shit is.
That's such a bummer.
I was there right as
such a bummer.
Such a bummer.
Yeah. No, I know.
Who downloads that up? Like, God damn it,
cops
dude.
can't enforce
Stay
the
off
law.
Fremont Street, man. Someone took a big shit over there.
Take a look at the Tenderloin.
I should love San Francisco. It's like they love weed, they love dogs.
Yeah,
I should love it there. And it's like not only that, but I was there right as the lockdowns were starting. I was trying to raise some money for this tech company I'm doing, and it was just getting weird. But the amount of people that I saw shooting up, homeless people everywhere, homeless encampments.
Dave,
it's his policies.
I have video on I saw a man. Well, I was talking to my friend Tarek, and it happened with you. We were talking. It was down at the pier. And a man, about 60 years old, came walking with a briefcase, and he was naked, but he did have a cock ring.
Cock ring on.
Not a cock ring. It was around his balls and his cock.
Tight. That's like a super cock
and
ring.
he was walking like nothing was. It was just what you do. In San Francisco.
Like we were bothering him.
Now the rule in San Francisco is you can walk around completely naked with a cock or whatever. I don't know what that is. What do you tie off at the base? Either way, it's important. But if you are in any way hard, well, now you got to get arrested. Now you got to put something on.
Well, but did you see?
Wait. You could walk around with a flaccid penis
yes,
in a
but the minute you're aroused,
it's hard. What about a semi?
Yeah, no semis.
No semis?
I'd have to look at it. I'd have to look at it.
Dude.
No chubs.
If it's hard, we gotta get you out of here.
Yeah.
Have you seen Twitter? They're leaving Silicon Valley. They're out.
I saw that. They're now
$23 billion company. See ya. You guys can stay at home and work if you want, but we're out of here.
Did you see this thing somebody posted online? A picture of what you can get for $2 million in, I think, Menlo Park, which is like, the heart of Silicon Valley kind of stuff, San Francisco, versus what you get for $2 million in like, rural Virginia or something. And it's like you can literally get a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house that you'd have to knock down to have, a 16th of an acre, or you can literally have
a farm,
like beyond a farm. You could have the compound, estate, move everyone there, start your own country.
Yeah.
So people, but again, these are because progressive policies build the government to the point where everything ultimately collapses. And so that's what he did to San Francisco, and now he's running the state. So the stay and fight thing is like, yeah, maybe we should do it. I'm really
cases where it works though.
Yeah.
How did this guy get elected? How the fuck did that California?
He's got good hair and nice teeth.
Yep.
That's why. And he's got a nice tan. That's it.
He sucks.
That's it.
He's just a stuffed shirt.
So what do you think happens with this August 1st kind of lockdown?
So is this official now? I've been in the midst of this press tour, so I'm missing a little bit of the news. Is this 3-month thing now actually?
The governor came out and said, it's going to...
We will go through the stages, but it's not going to be a total lockdown, but we're not going to be sitting down in restaurants anytime soon. Some eateries might open under very strict guidelines.
I just don't see people putting up with it. Like when you drove here today, I drive a distance. The traffic's building up. People are they're like, no, dude, all right, we've had enough.
Well, I do think
Democrats, a lot of Democrats are, dude, we've had enough, man.
I have a friend.
The sun's out, it's booming.
I think
there
comes a time where it might be worth actually mounting a resistance, getting out in the street or whatever it is. I mean, or how about this? How about nonviolent protest?
But they've done that.
Refusing to cooperate.
Well, I hate to tell you, my friend, but you know what they're going to call you for doing that kind of stuff? Your God-given right? No, they're going to call you a Nazi. I mean, that's what they did with the people in Michigan. They got out there. They started defending their rights, right? And it doesn't mean that every single one of those people did it right. And you can talk about, well, all right, we're going to protest. We got to have masks or all that stuff. But what did the media do? They're a bunch of Nazis, a bunch of racists. It's exactly what they did to the Tea Party, a decade ago.
Don't you think that's a little bit what's going on too with governors and elected officials, where I think some of them want to open up, but they're scared of the backlash? Because you see the Arizona governor, the governor in Atlanta and Ohio, they open up, and the Florida governor, they get so much shit, man. Everyone's like, oh, again, you're Nazis. You guys are killing people. So I think a lot of these governors we don't want to deal with that negativity from the media, so we're just going to stay locked down.
I think the bigger issue is that they're all hypocrites of the highest order. That woman Whitmer, the governor in Michigan, she's out there talking about you can't plant seeds and you can't do landscaping in your own yard. Now think about the level of legit insanity. First off, seeds. I'm not much of a farmer, although I am growing some stuff now because of this. But seeds you usually start in your house. You don't even start them outside. So that's number one. Number two, what right does the governor have to say you can't plant things on your own property? And by the way, that woman's face is so filled with Botox. I am pretty sure.
She's pretty hot.
That is a Botox face right there. I am pretty sure she's still getting Botox.
I know, but
and that's the story that I want somebody to break. Break that story that this woman is getting Botox in the middle of this thing.
Really?
How often do you have to get Botox?
But I want to have an argument with her.
Look at that. That is a Botox.
Have a crinkle on her face.
I want to have an argument with her, then have makeup sex.
Yeah.
Damn you, fucking governor.
That is a Botoxed face.
Yeah.
Now, that's just fine if you want to have Botox, but I know for sure if she goes into a lockdown, the second she needs Botox, she's getting that Botox. Nancy freaking Pelosi, she's my fridge right now, I'm sure like you guys, I got basically chicken and beef in there. That's it.
That's why you're so shredded.
I went to Whole Foods and I was like, maybe I'll get some ice cream. And then I was like, no, I can't get ice cream because I got to fill this with stuff to eat actually in case all hell breaks loose. Nancy Pelosi's got those huge fridge. They're all filled with super expensive ice cream. It's like they are the worst type of people on the planet, the worst type of hypocrites. They want to control us while they live on the tilt.
Yes. Well, what about this
they don't have to deal with the consequences.
What about this absentee ballot thing?
Did you see my tweet the other day?
No.
So
shut up, Chin.
I got Nest.
Talking about where you mail in from home.
Pull up my tweet from like 2 or 3 days ago. I have Nest in front of my house, and someone walked up to my mailbox, and this has happened a couple times. It's probably about a day or so ago. You'll see a picture of a guy in a mask. Of course, he's wearing a mask. A guy just walked up to my mailbox. I saw him take the mail out. I have the whole video of it. I only put a picture. It's coming eventually.
I love the title of your book. Don't burn this book.
Thanks.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, I did a bunch of Star Wars memes for
a lot of Star Wars
to talk
memes,
about lockdown. There it is. So this guy, you can click the picture. I have the whole video. He's also got a gun on his shirt. That's nice. He just walks up to my door. He grabs the mail. He stuffs it in his underwear and walks away. My neighbor has the video too, and the neighbor across the street has the video too. So to answer your question, do I think that mailing ballots is the right way to do it right now? Yeah, if you want to figure out a way to screw over the most amount of people, and do you trust? I tried to send, do you know a comic named Jimmy Dore by any chance?
Yeah.
Do you know Jimmy?
Yeah.
So I'm sending him a copy of my book, and he lives he lives in LA proper. I don't want to say what part, but I literally mailed it 10 days ago. I checked USPS tracking yesterday. It's still en route. Like, are these the people you want in charge of your ballots? And these guys, it's like, who are these people that, maybe he's just some crazy drug addict or God knows what.
Just stole your
But
mail.
it's like, are people just going to run around stealing ballots so nobody can vote? I mean,
Jesus Christ.
The idea that right now, in the midst of the freaking monumental chaos that we're in, we're going to also change how we vote. That seems like a good idea, don't you think?
So are you very pessimistic or are you optimistic?
I always say I'm a world-weary optimist because I'm a realist first more than anything else. But I would say I'm optimistic because I don't know how the hell I could do what we do otherwise. How could you talk for a living?
Well, I just feel like since we're all like for me, it just seems like so against common sense and so obvious that there's something going on. I'm not a conspiracy guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely not. I just don't think people are this
I'm
organized.
a little more now.
I'm just cynical enough to believe that someone like Gavin Newsom and Garcetti and Pelosi, maybe they do want to tank the economy, or maybe they just
It's their last hope to get Trump out.
Maybe that's what
not
they're.
but that's not that big of a conspiracy theory. Like we've seen it. Like with Biden, when that representative came out and go, yeah, we know he's under investigation for rape and that stuff. But even with that, I'd rather have a rapist there than Trump. It's like.
But
wait,
yeah,
hold on,
right.
What?
Or it was last year. It was believe all women. Now it's believe all women except that women.
Yes.
Or believe all women except that woman. It's like everything that they have put on us in the last couple of years would lead you to be a conspiracy theorist. Now they ran with Russia for a year. Nobody got punished for that. Maddow's still on air. They ran with Ukraine for a year. They told us Brett Kavanaugh's a rapist, but now Biden is innocent. Literally the same exact people. Yeah. Right? The same exact people. So it's like in a weird way, we're all conspiracy theorists right now because there's so few people making sense. So maybe that gets us back to where we started here.
My thing is, I wonder if there's a way, rather than trying to win these arguments, I wonder if there's a way to change people's minds.
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of the people on the left are bad people. I just think, in my opinion, many times in many positions, they might be very just mistaken. They might, like we all have our biases. They usually are probably very compassionate people and stuff. There's got to be a way, like this is how I think about it, is like Rogan and I were talking about this. Instead of being attached to your ideas, let's put the ideas all on a table and let them battle it out without taking it personally. It's just an idea. You might have the wrong ideas in your head.
I've been doing it for 5 years. I mean, that's literally the exact point of my book.
You try to do it at schools.
Yeah.
So how does it go? Sometimes well, sometimes terrible. Right?
Yeah, look, the bulk of the students are good and they want to hear you and all that kind of stuff. Although everything being equal, I'm only invited by conservatives and libertarians.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I got one invite that was going to be a co-invite between the Democrats and the Republicans, college Democrats and Republicans, and then the Democrats pulled out at the last second. So I never get invited by anything other than say right-leaning things. But the thing is,
it's a bummer because
I would love to talk to them.
Yeah.
I swear to you, every single college gig I've ever done, when I do Q&A, I say, if you disagree with me, you come up first. Every single one.
Yeah.
And usually you can get them to have some level of a conversation. But if they come in there ready to just kill you, there's a video that I have on YouTube. It's got like 3 million views when I went to University of New Hampshire. And it is what these kids...
They stand up and start chanting.
The kids ready to go or what?
Chanting, screaming, pounding noisemakers, screaming, I'm a Nazi. There's a woman you'll love this. There's a woman in the back. I think you could just search Dave Rubin, New Hampshire, because it's from like 2 years ago. There's a woman in the back screaming that I hate trans people and I'm a Nazi, right? So I'm going on about I want
Jewish.
Yeah.
Did you
And I
punch her
grew
in
up
the
around
face?
Holocaust survivors. I mean, all this shit. So
Did you punch her in the face?
No, so I was. I did
sorry.
not. I did
Sorry.
not. But I will tell you what. You'll appreciate this at the comedy level.
Oh,
So
there
at
it
one
is.
point, so I deal with them for 2 hours, totally respectfully. I'm not attacking anybody. But then at one point, you know, like from stand up, like then you have to start doing some other tricks when it's like not quite working. So at one point, I just looked at these two kids. They're mindlessly chanting at me. They're like literally as far as we are. And they won't look me in the eye. That's the other thing. Because they don't want to even humanize you. So they're looking away. And I kept saying to them,
Speeches, hatred,
hey guys,
or whatever.
you know, look me in the eye. Let's whatever you think I believe, let me explain it. But they won't do it. And now they keep chanting. So finally I go, guys, could you just shut the fuck up? And that's how I said it. And I said it a couple times, like totally sarcastic, right? Then the write-up in the school paper, Dave Rubin loses his cool and tells audience to shut the fuck up. And it's like, no, that is the reverse of what happened.
Is this it? Here?
Yeah. Oh, and what you'll really love about this is the reason I'm looking up is because they moved the event. They said they couldn't secure the room on campus because of the protesters. So they moved a 300-person event to a 6,000-seat hockey rink.
Oh, wow.
So I'm standing with look at that.
Oh, wow.
I got 5,500 empty seats behind me. Oh, these were the two. Those were the two that they refused to look at me. And I'm going, you know, just talk to me. What do you got?
Waste of time on from their standpoint. Like what were they trying?
What were they
to
mad at? What were
Nothing.
they mad
They
at?
don't know what they're
They
mad
don't
at.
know
So
what
this woman's yelling at me that I hate trans people. I'm a Nazi. I go up. I'm like, oh, and then she says she's trans. So I said, well, look, I want you to live with the same exact decency and under the same laws. And I hope you have someone that loves you and all. I said everything that I truly believe. And she's still screaming, I'm a Nazi. I didn't find this out till about 3 weeks later. It turned out she was a gender studies professor at the university.
Jesus Christ.
So they have a professor at the university. I
Damn,
don't know.
she's
I don't know if
trans?
she's on. No, not her. Not her.
I was like, the work they can do these
What was
days,
she
man.
doing? They were chanting those.
No, these were the two that were chanting that I kept saying, look at me in the eye and just tell me what you
look like
think.
they're
See some of
40.
this chin? Can you turn it up?
Yeah. Is there a minute mark?
Oh, God,
we
I'm
can go
gonna-
to? Or just play it from there.
PTSD.
I would have,
Listen. Guys. You look at me.
Black Lives Matter?
I mean, you can at least look at me. There you go. All right. Look.
At least your mic was good.
Do you think anyone's here for you? Do you think anyone's here for you? I agree Black Lives Matter. Do you know how to play the quiet game? We'll try it that way. Guys,
Dude, what a disaster. What a fucking... This is what you have to deal with.
listen, you got the script down. I'm impressed with the repetition.
The fans are laughing though.
yeah.
That's good.
Guys, here, let's try this. I see some black people in the...
Because are they saying? Because
Someone ask them to be quiet.
are they assuming you think Black lives don't matter?
They-
Like, what was their agenda?
It doesn't, see, this is the thing that people don't understand about
And
this.
why
This
are you
woke-
doing this?
This woke thing, like good people, like what you're asking me is what a sane person would ask, right? Like what a thinking person would ask. Like what is going on in their minds? This woke thing, it truly is a mind virus. So right now we're fighting corona. Corona's a virus. What is a virus? A virus is easy to catch, right? That's why everyone's nervous about corona. And then what's the other thing about a virus? It's hard to get rid of. And that's what this is. All of these ideas that everyone's racist, everyone's homophobic, I'm oppressed even though I'm walking around with an iPhone and I can do whatever I want. These are very easy ideas to catch because it makes you feel morally good.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like if you live in the United States of America in 2020, you are that's
You're at
privilege.
a school, you're at a college like that.
They're literally, you can see parts of this where they're going, we could be shot when we walk out of here. Really? Are they just shooting people down at the University of New Hampshire?
That's fucking amazing.
I don't. Maybe that was the trans person there, possibly, or this is them.
this was-
this girl.
Oh, I
This
saw
girl.
this one. This
she
is
was
trans too?
No. She's a real piece of work, though. She told me that I told her something about that I had relatives who survived the Holocaust and I lost family members in the Holocaust. She said they'd be rolling over in their
my
graves.
God.
They'd be rolling over in
Did you
their
punch her?
graves if they,
What was it that you were saying that they had a problem with?
nothing. Literally,
Before you can even
it's
start.
not. That's the thing. It's nothing. What do I want? I'm telling these kids I want you to live free. I don't want people to be racist. All I'm saying is I want people to be treated equal under the law. But they've created some alternative situation in their head where they need that oppression.
Did anybody stand up for you? Did anybody?
Oh yeah.
disagree?
Well, the funny thing is that there's about 400 kids there. The original event was supposed to be 3. Oh, there's the
She's trans?
No, the one in the back, the red one. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
that's
her.
That's her. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she got mad.
She's the gender study, or she?
Yeah, she's the gender study.
You have your hands full if she walks down the stairs.
But wait, you'll find this interesting. So I didn't want to put this video up. I actually asked Turning Point right before. I said, let's not video this because I know all hell's going to break loose and I don't want to add fuel to the fire. And then right before it started, I was like, you know what? Just tape it just in case. So then what happened was these kids that are videotaping the whole thing, they selectively edit it to make it seem like I'm saying racist things. They literally cut words like not or didn't or won't. And then what happens is these loser YouTubers, lefty YouTubers that hate me and spend all day putting videos up about me, they start airing these clips. Dave Rubin's a racist. Dave Rubin's a homophobe. So then I was like, all right, this is the game you morons want to play. So then here's the whole video. So I didn't even want to put this up. You know what I mean? It's like,
but Dave, why do this? Fuck these
why
people.
do it?
Because a lot of people there do appreciate it.
Why do it? Because a lot of people do appreciate it. And believe it or not, like this one was sort of painful because I did feel a sense of physical threat. Like there are moments where it was really getting crazy.
That transgender looks pretty heated there. No, seriously.
But I do believe you can change these kids' minds. And if you don't do it, I mean, she's literally calling me a Nazi right there. And I'm referring to her. I'm referring to her as with her pronouns and, you know.
You're trying your best.
So that's a man who was a woman, or was a man and now is a woman. Yeah. Okay.
So she wasn't mic'd up.
Think about that. Get the fuck out. That is a professor at a university.
That's the professor?
Right. I'm only gay after 10. It's all right. So all right, let's do it. You seem to have thoughts, so that's pretty good. So what have I said that is so offensive to you? I am 100% for you to have the same exact.
And this is what I just said.
Everyone else in this country has. I am 100% for you to have every law and legal protection that anyone else in this country has. So what is it that you don't want me to say that I have said here? Well, I was about to get to that until you started screaming. Yeah, all right. Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
I hope they pay you well, dude.
Speech. You
Fuck
don't
these
have
people.
So did you catch what she said there? What she said is, I'm okay with people being misgendered. Now, I am okay with that. I don't want the government telling you that you can't, to compel your speech, meaning that if a trans person walks by me on the street and I say, hi, ma'am, and it turns out to be a guy, I don't want to be jailed or fined. Correct. I'm not running around trying to offend people, but by the way, comedian, you're allowed to offend people.
Well, this is a crazy person, first of all. There's already something going on.
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of ways.
Well, her outfit gave that away.
Well, I can also look at her how she controls her biology. I'm not talking about getting I don't know enough about the trans mindset. I think some people feel like they're women and men.
Well, you got to be a little crazy to show up to his thing and then do this
and say to get the fuck out. She doesn't have an argument.
Well, also
it's insults.
It's also I'm 100% sure against whatever code she's supposed to subscribe to as a member of the faculty at the university. As a faculty member, you can't go to a public event at the school and shout speakers down. But of course, I'm not trying to pile on her, but even right now, I'm saying her. I'm not being a dick about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever.
The kid in the Rogue shirt looks like he's had enough.
Yeah, he was definitely on our side.
But do you know what happens, Dave? I think a lot of times with kids, when you have crazies like this, and that's a crazy, and you have these insane extreme policies, they end up getting made fun of. The whole gender movement now has kind of lost its steam. I know it's made its way into boardrooms and stuff like that, but for the most part, people we all gonna roll our eyes, like, especially we're like, all right, dude, what is that? Is that butterfly a male or a female? You know, my friend's son goes, Dad, you just called that butterfly a he. How do you know it's a he? He's joking around. He's 16. So we're all, some of the stuff is impossible to keep up with.
Right. So
at the level of life.
A lot of people are bored too. They don't stand for much, and they lock onto these ridiculous ideas because it gives them a sense of purpose.
Well, that's what it is. They don't. I mean, this is why Jordan Peterson got the amount of hate that he got. What he was doling out to people was purpose. Like his message is actually, if you look at all 12 rules, not one of those rules is something that you don't know is the right way to live your life. Stand up straight with your shoulders back, meaning present something to the world that is positive, because that will start the way. Clean your room. What he's saying is clean your room
before you tell people how to clean their room.
Bingo, because everyone, like think about the times in your life when your room was a freaking disaster. Think about college. I'm smoking a lot of pot, watching a lot of porn. Like my room was a freaking nightmare.
Yeah.
It tells you that your life is out of control. Now my room is very clean. My house is very clean. It's not that you have to be a clean freak, but the idea that puts some order into your life. All of his 12 rules are things like that, but they hate them. They hate them. They hate him for that, because their whole ideology is not meant to fix themselves. It's to say the world is bad.
And that's why they're not happy. Yes.
And there's nothing you can do about it. And that's anti-human. To be human is to just go, all right, some of us are born rich, some of us are born poor, some of us are born strong, some of us are born weak. I mean, a gajillion other things.
Yes.
But you got to figure it out.
These ideas are bad ideas in general. I heard a New York Times reporter saying the president, as usual, and she was criticizing the president, she goes, people have to feel comfortable going back to work, and they don't. And the president's job is to make people, I was the president's job is to make us feel comfortable. Yeah. I don't look to the president to make me feel comfortable.
Yeah, George Washington, that was what he was like, you guys better feel...
Well, what are you talking about? It's amazing to me. They'll come up with there are more kids now at home with alcoholic fathers that are abusing them, right? And what happens, what does the media say? There needs to be government programs to counteract this problem.
But I think a lot of people, back to the thing where these kids that are lost don't have an agenda, and then they lump onto this, whatever's the woke culture. But also, even with this COVID and this quarantine, it gives these negative people something to grab onto, and so then they get other negative people. Yeah, we should stay locked down. People are gonna die. It's like, oh, dude, what are you doing?
Well, I think you're really onto something with that, because they've gone from Russia took over the election, but that didn't really affect us as humans. And now it's, you are going to die if you walk outside. So it's like, what's the next version of it? And the part of me that wants to go, you know what, fuck it, I'm out of here in terms of California, is the part where it's like, all right, we give them 3 more months. And then literally the day before, now it's November 6th, or it's the day before the election. They're like, we're open up tomorrow. Now they're like, saw a bump, 6 more months. That I just don't have faith that these people are, I don't believe they are good people. And by good, I don't mean they're inherently evil, because I think what you said before is right. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah. I don't know that Gavin Newsom is sitting in his castle. The guy's worth a couple $1 million, if not, him and Pelosi are related somehow. And there's definitely
really?
Yeah, they're like that.
Well, he's involved with Plump Jack Wines. He's got a lot of money.
Right. But I assure you, it's not from the wines. I think that he's making his real money. He's definitely worth
just 20 million. Yeah.
20 million.
Yeah,
so it's got to be. Yeah, I don't begrudge him that, by the way. I wish I had 20 million bucks. That would be great.
I'm jealous of his hair. Yeah. Look.
He's a good looking dude. I'll give him that.
But like the idea is, do you think that guy and Eric Garcetti here in LA, do you think these people are the people that are going to free you? Are they going to free you, or do they have another agenda?
Yeah, do they have their own agenda?
What's your book about?
This.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, it's about this.
Read it.
The irony of the book is I finished it in July, so I didn't know that any of this shit was happening, obviously. But the ideas that I talk about in the book, it's literally this. I talk about states' rights. Let the states be free. I mean, think about it the other way. If we didn't have states' rights, imagine that would just leave one guy, basically the president, who half the country thinks is Hitler, to be in charge of the whole operation. The fact that Texas can do what Texas wants, that Florida can do what Florida wants, and by the way, maybe they'll make some mistakes along the way, but the fact that you are allowed to move within your country and go to a place that is more in line with what you believe is so freaking beautiful. And our founders, they figured that out. That's what the Federalist Papers are. They figured out, holy cow, we got to give people as much mobility, as much movement and control over their lives. And yet, here we are in California that has like the 4th biggest economy in the world or something, and it's a massive geographic thing, and it's like, where can I go in California? Am I going to go to Sonoma? That would be nice, but like I got the same problems there.
But Sonoma has problems, and the lockdown till August 1st is LA County. So I think if you're in Ventura and some of these other counties, Orange County, they're going to go back to business. So
why LA County? What was the reason?
No, there's no reason.
There's no reason.
They don't. They believe because they say something that it's like the word of God. That they did you see the video when the day that the beaches shut down? The deputy mayor did that video in the helicopter, and he shows the empty beaches. And the way he tweeted it, it basically was like he was bragging. Like, look, like you're supposed to show LA beaches packed with people for that commercial. Remember that Come to California commercial? That's what you're supposed to do. Instead, he's showing this thing as if, see how great we are. Look what we've done. We've shut down the beaches. And it's like, and of course, I invited him on the show. All that stuff. And
they won't come.
No,
I wonder why they're scared to talk about it.
Because they don't want to talk about it.
They don't have an argument.
They don't have an answer. They can do 3-minute sound bites on CNN where the question is asked, they can answer it any which way, and they go to commercial. That's it. That's why the podcast thing and Rogan and all of these things, it's like, this is what they fear. Yeah. This is what they fear more than anything else.
Because you've got to defend your argument. You've got to make a credible argument. And I still am so blown away by the fact that they are gambling on the fact that people will be okay with this.
Correct.
You're destroying.
I think it's a big gamble,
lives.
and it's against the Constitution. It's just to me it's just when is especially California.
But they don't think the Constitution is good.
Can we get a pro-choice Republican in there?
Can we?
I can never say I'm a Republican because I'm pro-choice.
Yeah.
And I'm just not religious enough to, I'm very pro-choice.
Yeah.
And so, but I like a lot of what Republicans stand for. Otherwise, like gun rights. And,
Right. So you want
just small government, but I'm also socially liberal as fuck. Like I don't think the state should be involved in the marriage business. I believe in gay marriage.
So you're a libertarian.
I'm a libertarian. I'm not as big a libertarian because I do think there's room for government. I think that. I want to be careful about saying I'm a libertarian. I think there is room for good government.
Did we bring a copy of my book? This guy needs my book. I mean,
I'm going to read it.
But this is
did you bring
literally
copies of it.
I don't know.
You don't have like 90 in your car?
You might have one. Okay.
Yeah, bring us.
Well, I'll send you guys the Audible copy or whatever you want.
I'll read
But
it
this
and
is
I'll give it to
literally
Brian.
what my book is about, because I agree. Conservatives got all the big arguments right. They got all the big stuff right. Now, I happen to be, I always say I'm begrudgingly pro-choice. So 12 weeks would be my cutoff. There's no room for you in the Democratic Party with that position.
no room for
They
you.
will not have you. They want 8-month abortions or you're out. They want literally post-birth abortions.
8 month is tough.
That's insane.
That's
Of
tough.
course it
That's
is.
insane.
Of course.
A baby that can live on its
That's
own
insanity.
without
Of
even.
course. By the way, they can live on their own sometimes at 21 weeks. I mean, there's all sorts of new evidence.
It's a
coming
very
out.
difficult argument.
It's a-
I'm not comfortable with it at all.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with abortion, and I don't think anybody is, including people that have abortions. I just can't tell a woman what to do with her body. But then you get into these things of, well, what, are we talking about the last trimester?
There's dicey.
Yeah,
It's so
you're
complicated.
You're making. I mean, you'll dig my book. This is the point: is that the conservatives basically got the big stuff right, and what you're asking for, I think, is actually the future of American politics. The center is going to move right. So the center now, the left went bananas. They dragged us all into all this craziness. Everyone sees it for its lunacy. Newsom and Cali crumbling and New York crumbling. The sane places will be the red states. But guys like you and I think most sane people will want those red states to not just be like you have to be super religious or absolutely pro-life or whatever. And that's what I think the future is. There's going to be a move to the center right. And it will be basically like libertarians and conservatives, and I would say some old school liberals. That sort of sounds like what you're saying you are.
Yeah.
That will try to battle it out, and they'll.
that.
So you want like a secular conservatism. It sounds like
I do.
because you're afraid to say if you say you're conservative, people will think you have to be
If
religious.
I say I'm Republican, people immediately think I should put women in jail for having an abortion, which I don't believe.
Right.
I am willing to I'm really willing to say that even if you were to describe abortion as ultimately murder, because what happens with technology is a fetus is going to be able to live on its own at the point of conception eventually.
Yeah, we'll have artificial wombs.
We
I mean,
can
they're
get
doing
into
it now.
all of this.
Yeah.
We'll have artificial wombs and stuff like that. My argument is we put a price on human life every single day.
Of course.
If you really are if human life is that sacred to you, then lower the speed limit to 15 miles an hour, and we'll save all the lives.
Yeah.
I promise. And if you're caught drinking and driving, you lose your license forever, and you're in jail forever. If you want to be draconian and save lives, we can do that. We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
A society has to play that game. So, in my opinion, I'm willing to accept that when I say I'm pro-choice, it comes with very uncomfortable
Michael, is
decisions.
he going to dig the book or what? I mean, this is you're making
I'm
the
gonna read
same.
it.
You're making the
I
same
love the
arguments.
title. I love the title.
Yeah, the title.
Well, you know what's funny about the title is that don't burn this book. It's not like I expected them to do Nazi Germany 1941, throw it in bonfires. But there actually is a version of book burning happening. These, Reddit and these
Happens
underground
country
trolls, they're all trying to assault our Amazon reviews and all the online retailers to crush our reviews and all that stuff. Because what is that? When you burn a book, why do you burn a book? You don't want the ideas getting out there. So why would you overload Amazon with fake reviews? Because you don't want people to buy the book. So it's like these guys are literally proving the point.
What's the age
but
of your
even that
hater,
doesn't
your average
help.
hater? Do you know?
What did you say, Brian? Sorry.
What's the average
age.
age of his hater?
I'm guessing
67?
No, young.
that would be nice because they would be much less tech savvy.
I know.
I'm guessing that it's this like 18, 19, maybe even 15. Like it's this underground internet thing. Every time a troll comes after me with one of these crazy things, I always think, man, all you need to do is read Jordan's book. Just get your stuff in order, and
Yeah,
you
it's
will
true.
not be walking around thinking that Dave Rubin is the biggest evil on the planet. You might disagree with me on some of my politics.
But also,
That's
what
fine.
a waste of time.
Time
Go
and-
read a book. Do something creative. Start your own business.
Porn would be more of a less waste of time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
but
Watch porn instead.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I don't
would
know
be-
you that well, but
yeah.
I'm sure you've never got on a forum or a YouTube comment and hated on somebody else.
Never.
Like, make
Never.
sure you don't watch it. now I don't associate with anybody who's ever done that. I
Yeah.
don't know anyone who makes a good amount of money who's ever done that.
Or
I got
or
things
just
to
who's
do.
happy with themselves.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. But that's what I mean about the purpose thing. So why would you read Jordan's book? It's like, get some purpose. Actually, the nicest things that people have said to me about my book is that it's a much more simple version of Jordan's book. Because
no.
Jordan is a 30-year clinical psychologist who's given you serious
He's so
historical
smart.
and I think I got some of that from through osmosis with him, and I was able to translate it into just language that we can all understand. And I've been around a lot of these great people. It's like Rogan, you guys, we all sit down with these cool people, and I think if you got your head roughly on straight, if you can incorporate some of those ideas into your life, then you have no excuses to be purposeless and miserable and want to burn the world down. But a lot of people do.
Yeah, I'm an open book. Like, if you would have came in here and started preaching about the Democrats and stuff like that, I'd probably be pretty open to it. Not that I'd go full that way, but I'd be open to some of the positive ideas from it.
Yeah.
You know?
If you can find any, I would love to see them, because I don't know.
I am not
They're
that
all
man.
gone. So what you're asking for, what you want is JFK. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
him.
But the ship has sailed. Think about how reverse that is than Bernie. Bernie says, this is the government, we can give you a ton of shit and we're going to keep giving it and it's free and none of it makes sense and we're going to pick $15 minimum wage, but someone else might say 20. Like, it's all bananas made up stuff by a guy who's literally never accomplished anything. I am more of a successful, I have no doubt that both of you are more successful businessmen than Bernie Sanders ever was or
richer than
will be.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's not the point.
I know.
The fuck,
No, but
dude.
he's making a point.
Well, no, we're talking about Bernie
I
Sanders.
know, but I don't want to be confused. I don't want to be
No, no,
confused.
Damn it, Brendan.
I have
I'm
no
sorry.
doubt. I have no doubt that
Sorry.
in your future you will be a more successful businessman than Bernie Sanders ever will be.
Yeah.
Bernie has never accomplished anything. But think how reverse. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. He was a Democrat. He was a liberal Democrat president who, by the way, was also anti-war and for cutting taxes. So if Bernie
price
walked
for
up
it,
there
too.
and said that, yeah, he really did. That's a
Long-term
whole other
price.
thing. But if Bernie walked on stage and said that, they would hang him.
Mm-hmm.
It is the reverse of what Bernie says. So when I say there's nothing left on the left, the Democrats, look, Biden is their nominee. Biden has dementia.
How crazy is that?
Is he going to lose?
He's in his basement campaigning.
Is Trump going to destroy him?
Oh yeah. Well, the only way Trump doesn't win, I think, is if we truly enter, because of Corona, a collapse, like a systemic collapse of almost unimaginable consequences.
Are
You know
we
what I
getting
mean?
there with the depression in the economy?
No, I don't think we really are getting there. But when you take these Democratic governors who would love to see the whole thing crash and our food chain collapse, like the day that you can't go to Ralph's or whatever and
Yes.
get a burger, now things really start changing. And it's like nobody wants to think about any of this stuff. But yes, I think Trump wins, and Biden, I'm not even sure Biden's going to be the nominee. I mean, he obviously has cognitive
Don't you
problems.
think they're going to switch him out? And the rumor is for the New York City governor, yeah?
I don't think it'll be for Cuomo. I think
You
he's
don't
got.
think so?
I think he's got too
You
many
don't have enough time.
skeletons in
Only
his
6
closet.
months.
His dad was also supposed to run for president, and it never happened.
So who would they do it with?
Honestly,
Michelle?
I think it could be Michelle. I think it could be Hillary.
Michelle Obama?
Yeah.
Yes.
That they
hilarious.
are
Just found that out.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
they are basically dragging Biden there, and they're praying that he doesn't have a full-on mental collapse before that. But I guarantee you, they're going to do everything they can to make sure we can't have debates, because they don't want Joe Biden going against Trump in a debate.
Oh, it'd be a Comedy Central roast. It'd be Trump roasting him every along the campaign trail.
Yeah.
And there'd be memes and be highlights and we'd all be laughing.
Yeah.
You're not going to vote for that guy.
They don't
You guys
wanna
get made
debate.
fun of every fucking
I think they want
campaign?
absentee ballots. They don't want to debate.
So look, all this stuff is conspiratorial at some level, but it's like, how does this feel very conspiratorial to you? Like, it's like, this is the stuff we should be thinking about.
The only thing I would say is the world is on lockdown. So the entire world has been practicing this draconian lockdown.
Well, Sweden says hold my beer. Yeah.
That's true. Brazil, no, but for the most
Brazil's a
part,
hotbed.
Europe has mostly been doing this, and so France opened up today.
Yeah.
So I'm not ready to be so cynical. I am willing to say that the health apparatus saw a new virus, didn't know what to make of it, did realize we were not prepared, that we seemed to be underprepared, that we didn't have the infrastructure. And so we had to kind of like lock down so that we didn't get
Panic.
inundated because we
panic.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say I got you. I got you for 2 months.
I'll go with you on that.
Yeah, I'm
I got
with
you
that.
2 months.
I'm
All right,
fine
we
with
did
that.
it.
Now you're adding 3 more months, you motherfuckers. without any explanation. You're not even getting up here and making an argument. You're arbitrarily deciding this, and I think this is
if it's up to Fauci, it's going to go all the way till we get a vaccination.
Well, Fauci can go fuck himself.
Well, first off, there's no vaccination. We need to get to herd vaccination, meaning that enough of us will have it and antibodies and the rest of it. But that's what I'm saying. We don't have trusted people. I mean, think about it. Rogan himself is more trusted or thought of or more influential.
Yeah.
Whether he knows everything he's talking about or not, or he has people all over the map. I'm not even making a commentary on any of that stuff. But like, he is more trusted than Brian Stelter or Jim Acosta or any of the CNN clowns. It's not even
more powerful than CNN or Fox News, any of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, he's far more profitable than them too. I mean, that's a whole lot. I mean, that's also why it's like we can do all this. And it's like they fear that business model too, and now they're all doing it out of their kitchen. So I also think that the world we're entering a new world. Like, we're watching all of those things collapse. If you're CNN right now and you're looking at the numbers and you're going, wait a minute, we normally have Anderson Cooper in a freaking $5 million studio with 80 crew members, all the lights, all the makeup, all the cameras, blah, blah, blah. Now he's doing it from, his basement or whatever it is. We just cut the costs about, 900%, It's like, I think everything is about to change.
Well, that's what Twitter did, right? Twitter for the longest time has said, man, people are a little more efficient when they're working from home. They don't have to get to the office. They have kids they can take care of. They were thinking about going that way. And then now during this quarantine, the profits and everything's been high. Everyone's been doing well in work. So we went,
maybe they don't need an office.
No, that's what they're out of there. $23 billion companies out of Silicon Valley. They announced that yesterday.
Can I ask you, why is Twitter... How many people does Twitter employ, and how is it profitable? How does Twitter make money?
billion.
How does it make money?
Nobody knows. It's very unclear how Twitter is profitable.
It's valued at that?
Because there's no ads are there?
I never see an ad on Twitter. I'm verified, so I don't know if maybe verified people don't see ads or something, but like, I don't know how they're making money.
4,600 employees.
4,600 employees, and most of them are basically devoted to just making sure conservative voices aren't seen. I'm pretty
tiny.
sure that's like 80% of the company.
The S&P 500, like Jeff was showing us, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and one other. There are 5 companies that essentially make up half. If you were to make a circle of the U.S. economy, they make up half the economy of the U.S. They don't employ many people at all.
Yeah,
but they have the lion's share, and then everybody else has a tiny sliver.
Yeah, I mean,
so we are moving.
That Tesla, when Elon Musk put his foot down, I can't emphasize how powerful that was, because Tesla is the biggest car manufacturer in the United States. They're the only one left in California. They make more cars than BMW. They sell more BMW.
Is that right?
They sell more than the BMW 3 Series.
Wow.
So by him going, hey, we're going to leave and go to Texas, that's when they're like, all right, man.
But we need more of that, right? Like we
gotta fight.
He's
a fighter, man.
But it's also like we need more public people willing to speak out. Where is everybody?
That's all we've been.
Everyone's scared.
But where are the not our level people? Where are like the one voice? Like, we don't have any trusted voices anymore.
I think
Elon Musk is the only guy who's with his notoriety and his credibility, the only one from the jump going hashtag Open America, hashtag Free America. He's the only one. And, he's taking some heat for it.
There are a lot of smart people that I have talked to, I've heard as well, who will use the expression, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because some of them are a lot older. So this is scary for people who are 60 and over. It just is.
Sure.
And I think that a lot of those people who are in power, who might be in favor of opening up.
Don't worry, it's not Corona. That was
God's
really weird.
sake,
that
Dave.
was very bizarre. I assure you, I've been locked in my house. I don't know what that was. I think
let's cut it there.
I saw a dust particle fly up the mask.
I don't know. Too. I'm afraid to cough and sneeze too now. I'm like, fuck, what if they think I have
felt
Corona?
It coming. I was like, oh God, here we go. It's the beginning of the end.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm not in a risk category. So hashtag vibrant, hashtag crazy virility. But
I also not obese.
Hashtag famous last words.
Hashtag famous last words. Ventilator. And you take over the show. Yeah, man. I'm really wonder, man. I really wonder about where this is going to take us. And
there's a new world on the horizon.
Yeah.
That is it. I think that we have no idea what just happened. Something so bananas happened that none of us can even fathom how crazy it is, what this has done to the economy, our families. My mom's 70. She has a respiratory thing. She's trapped in her house. My sister and her family has been living with my parents. They just moved out, found another house. So they thought they were going to live in New York City the rest of their lives. They got out at the beginning of lockdown, and now they're out. I've had somebody living in my family in New York City since like 1860. We were able to trace it back. Now, for the first time, nobody in my family lives in New York City. Like, I think the migration patterns, the fact that you're saying we got to stay and fight. Some people are like, just forget it. I'm getting out of here.
No,
Do we want to work at home? Are you happy with your wife or your husband? Or are you trapped in a house with someone you hate? Do you like your kids? Do you want to homeschool them? Like, the amount of stuff that I think people are thinking about but can't quite figure out how to talk about it properly, I think is off the charts.
I want to do drugs, and I'm not even a drug guy.
I've got some good stuff in my house, and I've been thinking, like, am I going to do these shrooms I've had sitting in the closet? And then I'm like, I don't know, maybe this isn't the time to do it.
I know, man.
I've had them just sitting there.
I fucking have shrooms, and I have shroom chocolate. And somebody when they gave me shroom chocolate, they go, "This is really good Molly." I'm like, I haven't done Molly for 25 years.
I'm too old for that.
I'm like, I can't do that.
Dude, who
shit.
you hanging out with? Riffraff?
Yeah, dude, I got riffraff friends. You know this.
Jesus Christ.
You know this. I got.
You thought riffraff friends? It's a rapper. It's whatever. You're old.
Fuck.
You're old. Is a reference to rapper.
I just don't want to do mushrooms and then, like, right when you're peaking, be like, oh man, we're in lockdown. Like, the idea of that, like, just like when it all comes crashing at once, like what reality is.
The last thing too, a lot of people aren't going to fight because of unemployment. I have some friends who they're collecting unemployment and they don't have to go to work 9 to 5 and work 60-hour weeks, and they're sitting pretty. So like, fuck, we're good, man. We don't want to change.
But that's also the Peterson thing, and that's why you have to worry about authoritarian governments, because they'll give you just enough. We're entering idiocracy. That's what it is. They'll give us just enough to sit in cozy chairs and play video games and watch porn and blah blah blah, so that our lives are just whittled. We're in basically half idiocracy, or not in it right now. We're veering towards half idiocracy, half Wall-E. Remember Wall-E? The Disney movie?
Yeah.
Like, that's where we're veering, where we're just going to sit in chairs, consume stuff all the time, and then there'll be this other set of people who are out there living their lives, but I have a feeling they're mostly going to live in Texas.
I want to
Arizona,
I swear to
man.
God, I might go buy property in Texas. I
Or
swear.
Arizona. Arizona's booming.
Is it?
Yeah.
I got to live closer to water, though. A lot of Arizona people are texting me like, come on,
so
let's
hot.
do it. I know it's
so
hot.
hot.
Remember that? We were there in like the summer, and I got out.
No, remember I got off and I went, that bus needs to turn the fuck off.
Yeah, I
man.
thought there was a bus blowing
in my
exhaust
face.
at us.
And
nothing.
Brian goes, "That's the weather, Bubba." I go, "It's 9 p.m."
It was 12. It was 12 a.m. It was. It was.
Oh
in the
my
middle of the
God.
night.
Yeah, but then they go, it's a dry heat, and you're like, all right, you tell me this is dry, but like,
It's hot regardless, man.
yeah,
Texas.
that man spontaneously combusted.
Dallas
it's
and
not
Austin
that dry.
in the summertime, in August, in July.
Yeah.
Sign
Again,
me up.
it's so hot.
But
though.
sign me up.
Yeah.
But sign me up.
Yeah.
The other good thing is
All right, so you get out of there for the summer. You know?
but the other thing, exactly. Yeah, there's some. But the other thing is being comics. I get offers, but I've gotten so many more offers from states that are open. Because a lot of comics are scared to tour.
Yeah.
And they hear me talk about it on here on Rogan, how I'm like, dude, I'm not scared of Corona. Send me out there. So we get all these offers.
We're sold out
Good.
in Houston already. In 2
All right,
days.
when
2
it-
days.
2 days.
We saw on two. Well,
We're adding
we
shows.
saw it on a day. And then Spokane, we just added shows.
That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear
We're
that. So
doing
my
Salt Lake
whole tour
City.
got canceled, and I was just talking to the Live Nation guys, and I basically said, "Can I go to Texas?" And they're like, "Yeah, if you want to do it." So I actually didn't know anyone started booking stuff
it's
yet.
half
So that's awesome.
It's half capacity.
Good for you guys.
So
Yeah.
but you can just add more shows.
You're getting more and
Yeah.
more. Up until this COVID thing, I would imagine your popularity and being able to go and speak was.
Oh yeah, I had weeks worth of stuff, and then this whole month I had like 20,
We have the same age
20
as Justin
shows.
Edbrook, right?
Oh yeah, you're with. Oh right.
I'm with
Right.
Justin.
You're with Justin too.
Oh, with our boy.
Yeah.
Did-
So wait a minute, Justin's booking you in Houston. I spoke to Ari yesterday
Fuck
about.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Is Ari getting booked in Houston?
No, well, he told me if I wanna get out
cool.
there, we can make some stuff. happen.
Are you a sneakerhead? Those 720s? Are you a sneakerhead, or you just?
I got 2 pairs
Comfort.
of this kind,
Those
but
are dope.
I'm not like a huge sneaker guy.
All right.
It took a
The
lot
Travis
to
Scott
get.
ones drop
It
next
took a
week.
lot to get this bubble. I was like, can I be one of those bubble guys?
You can, dude.
Can I be the bubble boy? But
you can.
here we are.
When you're that smart, you can be the bubble
Speaking
boy.
of Travis Scott, the whole world is changing so crazy. My son is obsessed with the fuck is it?
Fortnite.
Fortnite,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Travis Scott's character on there.
You got to get him off that thing.
My son,
Yes.
they
You're gonna
broke,
lose him. You're
they
gonna lose
broke
him,
his,
man.
do I already have? It's so bad. They broke his album where my son had to go into a land in Fortnite. You had to go into
Get
a
that
land and into an area,
Yeah.
and there was a stadium, and Travis Scott was there singing.
Yeah.
Huh? My son was like, "It's the coolest fucking thing." I'm like,
Big deal, yeah.
But okay, so
Is that,
we're in-
am I
no,
now again?
whatever you're about to say. No, you're not crazy. You're not like, oh my God, this
is so
is
crazy. Yeah.
Listen, we're in half. I'm going to give you 3 halves. That's how messed up this thing is. We're in half Idiocracy, half Wall-E, and half Matrix.
and a
Because
bad Black Mirror episode.
Oh well, the whole thing is Black Mirror for sure.
The most boringest episode of all time.
Which one?
Black Mirror.
The most boring episode?
Yeah,
is right
we're in
now.
a. If this is Black Mirror, this is a terrible episode.
Such a great show.
Black Mirror is the worst
Genius show,
episode
though.
of Black Mirror.
Yeah,
Is
there you
people
go.
just talking about Black Mirror.
There you go. Yeah, that's what we're in right now.
That's funny. No, but we're in half that and then half the Matrix. Because if you remember the Matrix, the whole purpose beyond the red pill, blue pill thing that became the meme is that humans will just be the batteries for the digital world. So when you said your son does that, it's like if he starts spending more than 12 hours and 1 second on that game, which by the way, plenty of people do, then your organic body is just the battery for the digital world. That literally was the point. And then we can get into some simulation.
Now
stuff
we're in
and everything
simulation.
else. Yeah.
That's what they were
I'm gonna
saying.
go slit my wrist,
Yeah.
fellas.
I know. Well, listen, Dave.
Is that how this ends?
Yeah. Me threatening suicide.
Yeah. I mean,
Brendan-
I have a few loose ends I have to tie up.
Brendan offs himself, but your
Yeah.
book is Don't
Yeah.
Burn
Michael,
This Book.
feed the dog, would you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't burn this book.
Yeah.
If you give it, if
All
you
right,
have
I'm
a
going to get
copy-
you guys a copy.
Yeah,
I
please do.
promise you, man.
I'm gonna read the fuck
Yes,
out of it.
I
Please
promise
do.
you guys, you will love
Please
it.
do.
And
Yeah.
and it's this. It's exactly
Keep doing what
we've
you're
been
doing, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
great.
Keep fighting the
You want to
good
see
fight.
something messed up? If you go to the Amazon page, so you can see
The
what
reviews?
these losers are doing.
But it doesn't matter. You're bigger than the reviews.
No, I know.
Again, this is my thing with reviews and all that stuff. I've never bought a book, rented a movie, went to a stamp show based off reviews.
You mean
I've
you don't care what a person who you never met halfway across the world said about something?
I've never
that you
looked at
just-
a Yelp review. I'm a restaurant. I don't know that. Brian goes, "Hey, this restaurant's great." All right, I don't know, Brian. I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
I don't go, "Well, dude, 1.5 stars, Brian." I don't know. All these people I have no fucking clue about gave it 1.5 stars.
Somebody said the mushrooms at that restaurant were dry. Shit, I can't go there.
Exactly.
Dude, you have 50. This is how you know it's weird. You have 52% 5 stars, 42% 1
Yeah.
stars.
Well, that's so.
hilarious.
You guys know Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, the comic strip?
I know of him.
He's,
I don't
he's,
know.
he's a really interesting guy, and he said to me, I'm calling it the
fine,
Scott
sure.
Adams theory. If you have splits on your book, 5 and 1, he said that's how you know you have a hit.
Yes.
because you've got people who love
Polarizing.
you, and then you just got the haters.
Welcome
So
to my
it's all
world.
good.
Welcome to my world.
It's going to be great then.
Guys, it was nice
Yeah, I
being
can't
with
wait.
real people.
Yeah, you're the
This
best.
This
man.
is wild.
Yeah, you're great.
Come back anytime.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Well,
great,
you guys
man.
got to come on my show, and we'll
I
talk in
love your
real
show.
life,
Anytime.
and
Anytime.
100%,
Wow.
man.
Who's your last question, and then you get out of here. Who's your most impressive guest? Who's the guy that you?
I mean, Peterson. He changed my life.
Yeah.
He-
Besides
he-
him, obviously.
It's the easy answer, I know.
I loved him.
You know what? I'll tell you. I love having comics on, of course. But the thing is with comics, it's like comic. You barely need the interviewer. It's like
Yeah.
the comic. You could just sit them down and
He's
they can
gonna
just
go.
go.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, when I had Richard Lewis on, and he's totally apolitical,
Legend.
doesn't. But I remember seeing his HBO Young comic special from like 1983.
Oh, yeah.
It's his TV debut. It's Seinfeld's TV debut. Bob Nelson's on
Yep.
there. It's like it's an all-star. I think
remember it very well.
Harry Anderson's on it,
Uh-huh.
and I've just loved him from that. Like I saw that I was like 7 years old or something, and I love him through Curb and everything else. And you watch that special, and it's like Seinfeld's up there telling jokes, and it's all good. But he does something. Richard Lewis at his peak, like before all the drugs and everything.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
perfection. It's art. It's like
Sure.
And anyway, so I interviewed him, and then as we were saying goodbye, my studio's at my house, and he's a big germaphobe like Larry David and all the. There's a lot of comics that are germaphobes.
Howie Mandel,
I'm not. I can
shit.
tell you're not.
I don't give a fuck.
But as we were saying goodbye, he walks up to me, and I thought he was going to shake my hand, but I was ready to do a fist bump because that's what he does with Larry on the show all the time because they don't shake hands. And I put my hand out, and he put it down, and he put his hand on my face,
You
and he
guys
goes,
made out?
we made out. I made out with Richard Lewis, and it was that's actually the day Corona started. Come to think of it, no, he put his hand on my face, and he goes, "You're a wonderful interviewer."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, little Dave, when he was 12, like if he had heard that from Richard Lewis, would be pretty
That's a
freaking
big.
happy right now. Yeah.
That's like full circle.
Yeah.
That's where you come all the way around.
So now I'm going to touch your guy's face.
I was waiting for you to do that. That's what I want you to do. Dip it in COVID first, please.
Yes,
Well,
please.
Will Sasso, the comedian and actor, said, "I'm going to dip my hands in COVID and come over and beat the fucking shit out of you." So
God, Will.
there it is.
Well, we
Dave
love you,
Rubin.
man. Thanks
It's
for
been
coming on,
fun,
brother.
guys.
You
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
it.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
out of here.
brother.
You guys just keep going.
we'll say we'll do a picture. Let's do a picture. Do it right here, just right here.
I enjoyed that, man.
So did I. It was great. And read what you just told me, just really quickly about. This is kind of interesting. So
Some would say it's the most interesting.
yeah, people won't.
Chin, you should stop your fucking looks, dude.
People won't
Educate
fucking
yourself.
report on this
You
shit.
stop wearing that fucking mask.
Hey, mainstream media, why aren't you talking about this? Read it, Brendan.
Yeah, Brian, suck my cock.
No, that's not what I wanted you to read.
Yeah, dude,
no, that's
suck
what you,
it.
That's what you texted me this morning, but that's not what I want you to read.
All right, this is at Clay Travis. If you follow Clay Travis on social media, especially Twitter, he goes hard in the paint on positive things with Corona. So if you're looking for something not so doom and gloom, he's your follow. But it has now been 19 days since Georgia's governor opened up the state. The media assured us everyone would die. What have the results shown? ... The exact opposite. Cases, deaths, and hospitalizations have all plummeted. Official data, he posted. He goes, the success all around of Florida, Texas, Tennessee, Georgia, and Oklahoma since reopening their states is why the stories about all 5 states and their governors have almost completely disappeared from the national media. Why is that?
Why is that?
And here's the thing, he's right on this. If things were going bad in any of these states, there'd be live reports every 10 minutes. But with things going well, crickets.
Crickets.
What the fuck are we doing, man? How crazy is that? What do you think of that fucking Chin?
I think it's dope.
It's nuts.
Hey, Chin.
It's literally.
Hold on for a second.
I know. I don't like his attitude.
I'm not liking his
I
fucking
don't like his
attitude.
attitude.
I'm getting this. You know what, dude?
Nah,
You're
it's
a
going
closet,
down.
You're a
Goddamn
closet
communist.
Newsom
It's going
lover.
down, and that's why I'm not wearing that thing.
Yeah.
Especially around you guys.
But Chin, how crazy is it that the 5 states that opened up, everyone fucking gave all the governors shit, and they're like, oh, all this is going to result in more deaths, more hospitalizations, more cases.
Wrong.
And it's way down.
But everybody's dead in Sweden, right? Are they dead in Sweden?
They're sure not, Brian.
All right.
But
What's Sweden's population, by the way?
8 million, a little more.
smaller than California. But the thing is if you look at the 5 states that open, why wouldn't every state go, well, they're doing pretty good. We have legit CDC. That counts, right? That's
Yeah.
what you stats.
Yeah.
Well, we did also wear masks. A bunch of people for a very long time, and then
We've done our job.
Yeah, that's
those
what I'm
people
saying.
flatten the curve.
Those people stopped doing it. And
That's
they
right.
opened up, and
Crush
we're
the
fine.
curve. Crush the curve. And so now we're fucking, I've been waiting for this huge epidemic. I've been waiting for all the bodies. We did it. And you want to extend 3 more months.
I've never been
you
about
know?
shutting places down. I didn't want that at all, ever.
Yeah, whatever. I don't
No, as far
fucking
as
believe
as
it.
far as wearing,
I need to
don't
see your
believe Chin.
credentials.
But
I'm not
wearing-
even sure your real name is Chinyi.
but wearing masks to help, just prevent or try my best to prevent
It's
me.
polite.
Me from spreading to someone else. I thought that was a nice thing to do. That's why I remember when Brian's like, he saw a guy on the street and he's like, oh, that guy looks like a little bitch. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you got it all wrong. He's wearing it so he doesn't
That's
spread
true.
it to other people.
That's true. I have a problem.
Maybe.
I have a problem with it.
Maybe.
have a
I mean,
bad
that's why I was doing it.
I have a bad attitude about masks. Hashtag maskless.
Yeah.
But
maskless here.
over, whatever. Hashtag maskless. Let's make masks, but the mouth part is fucking completely open.
I mean, you might as well. You might as well.
You know what I mean?
It's the same thing.
Just have like a really.
You might as well.
Like girls wear those bikinis where just the lips they're covered. Let's make masks.
You're talking about, you want to make a thong mask.
Yeah, let's make a thong mask with
Yeah.
just a crotchless mask. Just
Wouldn't
this.
you look like a blow-up doll?
Hopefully,
No. We'll make it out of shoelace. You just put it here and here.
That's a great.
It's
mask.
it's gonna do the exact same thing.
Dude, let's fucking create masks. Bang, bang.
It would look kind of racist too. I think.
Racist?
Do you think it's racist?
When I think about old cartoons, it reminds me of that kind
Are
of.
you
look.
I'm not talking about
when
making
they
my
were
lips.
blackface?
All right, I'm not talking about blackface.
Well, make sure the masks aren't black then.
All right.
No, Brian's not painting the rest of the face black. All right, what do you
mind.
got, Chin?
Never mind.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys still want to talk about this because you guys already went kind of in depth with the extension.
So at the airport we're gonna have to wear masks, but once you're on the plane you don't have to wear them.
Yeah.
The airlines don't.
I thought it was the opposite. I
Nope.
thought
In the airport, they can deny you access to the flight if you don't have a mask on. You're welcome, sheep. So you got to wear a mask, and then when you get on the plane, they don't enforce the rules, but they advise you wear them.
Encourage you to do it. Yeah.
So on the.
Oh,
plane,
you know what I'm doing? I'm taking that when I get on the plane. I'm taking the mask off and popping peanuts and getting real loud. I'm gonna be like that transgender lady
Yeah,
at
I
his
can't.
function, just red scarf, shit. What else you got?
Speaking of peanuts, though, let's say you're in business class
Yeah.
and there's a kid all the way in the back that's allergic to peanuts. Would you not eat peanuts if you?
Yeah, I would not.
I don't eat peanuts.
I would not.
I don't eat
Okay.
peanuts.
I would
was
never want to
making
put a
joke.
child into anaphylactic.
That's good to
shock.
hear.
I
That's
don't
good to
eat
hear.
peanuts. I don't think you know what they don't give peanuts anymore.
Look, I'm
Yeah, they
not. When we talk about freedom, I'm not talking about trampling on other people's rights or making other people sick. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Chin.
I don't buy or believe that that this is.
No, you
what
believe in
they're
the
saying.
Constitution.
Yeah. What is this? What are these people doing?
We pretty much covered
What are
this
all them
already.
doing?
It's
It's just a photo of
It's
them
TSA now.
at the airport.
Hang on,
That's
Airlines.
really weird.
All right, moving on.
Okay, let's do a weird one. So there was a video that was going viral because there was a Chinese woman in IKEA. She was walking around with like a dress shirt, and then she starts masturbating around like different parts of the store on
hot.
furniture. We don't know why.
I appreciate
and
it. Just a freak.
based off of the people in the background, it seems like the video was taken before the pandemic happened. And so this must be somewhat old, but China actually went out of their way, found the video, and tried to scrub it as best as they could
Did they
from the
kill her?
internet.
Did they?
Was
kill
this
her?
in
I don't know.
China? She
It was
doing
in
this?
Oh,
China.
she's probably missing now.
It was in
I think it's
China. The
hot.
location is not specified.
Yeah, she's not bad.
But yeah, she's just
Ugh.
walking around recording herself masturbating
I fucking-
in IKEA.
I hate IKEA. It stresses me out.
That's kind of hot. I have to be
no,
honest
she's
with you.
pretty hot.
That's kind of
Is that Margaret
hot.
Chow? No, she's pretty hot. though.
That's hot. I'm sorry. I'm such a fucking. There's something about her sitting on that couch, right? That picture to me is not unsexy. I just have to be honest.
There's nothing sexy about IKEA, but she's kind of figured it out.
Something about square, cheap furniture and masturbation, I guess. I don't know what it is, guys. It's getting to
When
me.
you buy a coffee table from IKEA, it comes in 7,000 pieces.
Put put those pieces together with your friend and then rub one out. Our furniture doesn't stain.
Well, at least she did it.
Wet spots are not a
I
problem.
bet she goes missing though. What else you got?
Well, that's all I could find.
Okay, I got some. Check this out. This is kind of messed up. I don't know how to feel about this. So Tekashi69 wanted to donate $200,000 for hungry kids, and it says No Kid Hungry is a foundation, and they declined his offer because they don't want to be associated with him.
Oh, so you guys gonna make up the $200,000 he's giving to kids? You assholes?
Yeah, right. So what do you do there?
You fucking take the money.
Take the money. Who cares?
It's not a.
It's money.
you know,
money.
Yeah, man. Especially with kids.
Yep.
You don't want to take
Wow.
because he's a snitch.
It doesn't align with their values. He doesn't.
Wow.
But they don't say exact things. Obviously, he's a snitch and he was part of gangs and
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Maybe they don't need it. Maybe they don't need the money.
Yeah, maybe they're good.
Yeah.
Man, there are some like crazy ones, but I think they might be a little too aggressive.
Really?
Unless you guys want to watch it. Police beating stuff? No?
Ooh, I don't want to watch anybody get.
Okay.
Nah.
This is also bad, but these are pictures from the incident from your tattoo artist.
Oh yeah.
So that's his car, and there's a tree right there. I thought, okay, there's no front end damage, but you can see the side is what went into the tree. And that's how the YouTube star was killed.
Can't drink and drive. You can't drink and drive. You can't drink and drive.
Yeesh.
Oh God.
Well, I think it's important to at least look at it so you see what a bad decision like
Yeah,
that
just
is
be incredibly
His
careful.
life has changed forever.
forever. It's a bad situation.
But also think about he lost a friend. And now
Lost
he's
a
like-
friend.
now he's-
That's the part.
Indicted for
How
murder.
can you get over that?
This is not a bad kid. Not a
No,
bad
he made a
person.
mistake.
No.
This is an artist
Young,
who made a huge
dumb
mistake.
Yeah.
mistake. It's such a shame.
And yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's very sad. This I thought was amazing. This dog was left in a ditch and had like messed up ankles on I think both of his left sides, his ankles.
Yeah.
He got infected, so he had to be amputated. So someone rescued him, and look at how this guy can actually walk. They're both right
badass.
legs.
He's pretty
Wow.
sweet.
Yeah, and he plays around with his other dogs too.
That's impressive.
Super impressive.
See, I would put a dog down, but that's some people. I would. I would
Look at that,
put a
you can
dog
take him
down.
for walks.
It's like when my
Wait,
dog
is
got cancer, they were like, you can put him on chemotherapy. I go,
But he's
I'm not doing that.
thriving.
Putting the dog down.
But he's thriving.
I know.
Is it
Look at
the
him.
one right and the one left, or is it just
no,
both
they're
sides?
both
both
on,
sides.
on the
Right.
same
Oh, that's
side. That's why it's
fascinating.
Good for that dog. That's an athletic
it's
dog.
playing
He
too.
looks pretty healthy besides the two legs.
Yeah, I just don't believe in two-legged dogs. That's me. And no, I think it's amazing. I love dogs.
It's incredible how they can find out how to walk that way.
And he looks
and
like he's a
run that
happy
way.
little guy. So
Yeah.
Some dogs are so resilient.
he's a great
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
I fucking
Look at
love
him go.
dogs.
He looks
I need
healthy
a
on
dog.
the
What's not to
legs.
love about dogs?
You get that one with two legs.
I'm not going to do that. See, I'm not the guy that goes and gets the dog that's in the pound. That's all.
No.
And I appreciate people that do. I love people
I
that
know.
do.
God
I
bless
want a
them.
dog that's. I want the.
Healthy.
Yeah.
You need four legs.
I need a certain age. I'm an ageist. I'm not getting a 6-year-old, 7-year-old
fair.
dog. But that's all. I'm a dick.
One last one. This is not that current, but It's so awesome to watch. Just
I
check it
love
out.
this. I saw
You saw this already?
I haven't seen this.
Oh man, hold on a second.
man.
No, it's got to refresh it, I'm sure.
What's going on with this dog?
It's stuck on a curtain, something like a curtain in the backyard. Like its tail looks like it's stuck.
Look at this awesome cop.
So the cop, first of all,
is it
jumps over
Mexico or
that.
something?
Probably
Chile.
somewhere else. Where is it?
Chile. See?
Is he just gonna cut it? He doesn't want to get bit though.
Of course not.
I mean, I could do without the soundtrack, but yeah, okay.
But then
He's
it's
okay.
worth it
He'll
at
be
the
all right.
end.
He'll be
Yeah,
all right.
watch.
He's just scared right now.
Yes.
Oh, look how happy he is.
I know.
Listen to the music.
Yep. But still, yeah, he's still freaking out.
He's a good guy. Poor dog.
Watch this part.
Oh, he's like, thanks, dude.
All right. How sweet is that?
Oh, that's
There you
cool.
go. There you go. You
Oh,
say that
that's
little
cool.
guy.
The dog's all thanks,
Fucking
man.
beautiful dog, man.
Dogs are the best.
Dogs are the best.
Yeah, my friend stepped on my dog's paw, and we were there rock climbing. We were rock climbing with these girls, right? And my one buddy's really macho. He's a pro rock climber, just fucking big, muscular, handsome guy. And we were with these girls. So I was a young man, and my friend steps on my dog's paw. My dog goes, he's a puppy. Oh, like that same thing, just a complete baby. And he grabs the dog, and he just goes like this, and he just goes, shh, I got you, I got you, I got you. And he's cradling the dog. And the girls like watch him. He's like, I got you. All right. And he's all muscular with his shirt off. And he's holding the dog. He fucked them both that night. Fucked them both that night. He fucked them both that night.
That'll do it, man.
Yep.
He knew what he was doing.
Yep.
Is that it? That's
it.
a good one to end on.
All right, buddy.
It's a fun podcast.
Yes,
man.
it was. Glad we did that. Then, sometimes in life things take you for a turn.
Curveball.
Sometimes it's reading, everything's moving forward, and then what happens is a crow flies through your window and hits you right in the fucking head. Go, go! Shit gauge! And you're like, how the fuck did that happen? I was having a great day. You guys don't know what we're talking about, but Brendan and I do, and so does Chin and Cat. The point is, sometimes
we'll be in
things
Houston,
happen.
but that's sold out. But we're gonna add some shows.
Let's add some shows.
Spokane for me's end of June. Brian will also be
Brian
there. That
Callen
thing's
there, too.
almost sold out.
Don't be surprised
we're
if I do
adding
2
shows,
hours.
and then July 17th and 18th, we're trying to add a 16th. Those tickets in Salt Lake City at Wise Guys will also be on sale soon.
Yep.
We're hitting the road, brother.
Let's do it. I love it.
Maskless.
About time.
Mask off.
Maskless.
Mask
The
off.
maskless tour, dude. The maskless tour.
This, the Fun Kid. We're out.